I'm starting the live, and today it is another live stream about let's talk about important, and topics are socialization, relationships, and community. I'm gonna wait for people to come in, and we can have a conversation about it, and we can have a discussion about struggles with socializing and building up a community, building up relationships, and also how important it is. So I'll wait for a little bit. So some of you come in and can start having a conversation. Hello? How are you? Last time I remember we talked quite a lot about the confidence, resilience, and responsibility, and it was quite a productive stream and quite a productive conversation, I think. Today are quite important topics as well, something that a lot of people struggle with, and at times it's just hard to navigate through relationships and all that stuff. So feel free to ask questions and leave your opinions, your experiences with socializing people and trying to make friends, trying to build up the relationships, your opinions about the community. Hi. I'll start a little bit about myself. I can tell my experiences. Surprisingly, a lot of people nowadays, even my close friends and close community, don't really think that I was a very shy kid. I was very shy, very introverted. And first years of my life, first years at school, up until the 4th grade, I was just hanging out by myself. I was doing a lot of drawing and painting, even at school. And I think even teachers were like, I was a polite kid as well, so they were just leaving me alone and letting me do whatever I was doing and drawing and stuff. And at that time, I don't remember issues with bullying or anything like that, but I remember being completely by myself in my little world. And everyone else were making friends. I was making some friends too. I remember I made that friend from the 1st grade, and my mom told me to go to that kid because at that time he didn't speak any Georgian. He knew only Russian, and throughout the years he learned Georgian at school. And I was the Russian-speaking kid as well, but I also knew Georgian as well, more or less. And she told me just to go talk to him and stuff. I think that was my first interaction, and I was like very awkward. I didn't really want to, but essentially I did. And yeah, we've been friends since then for a long time, up until the certain point. So yeah, just to put it in the perspective, are you a singer too? I like singing. It is my hobby, but I try to get good at it. But anyways, today's topic is socialization, relationships, community building. And right now I'm sharing my childhood experience when I was not the most social kid out there. My sister, which is 4.5 years younger than me, from the other hand, was very, very outgoing. She was like boyish. She was very good at making friends, hanging out with kids. And well, at some point, I don't know, something happened. And at some point I started getting more outgoing. I started standing up for myself. I started protecting my boundaries a little bit in an aggressive way. I was fighting some kids. I was fighting some boys if they would try to bully someone, some of my friends or me. Then more or less became quite a good friends. We became okay at the school, and in the teenage years, I delved into sports, so I kind of stopped even paying major attention to school community at all. I at times wasn't even going to school that much, and I was fully dedicated to sports and drawing and arts at the same time. And then it went to more towards martial arts, karate and boxing then. And this is where I made, I think, a good community. This is where it was my first actual experience of socializing with people, training together, helping each other, and all that kind of stuff. SGL, currently so depressed, thinking about past mistakes and anxiety to thinking what to do in the future. Alcohol addiction. Alcohol is not going to help you. It is a poison. Please try to stay away from it. That is the first thing you should do. And just try to work through it. Leave the past in the past, and please just try your best to take the lessons out of it, learn, analyze it, and and start exercising the things that can help you in the future. But don't live in the past. Don't suffer for the past. I had those moments. I understand how it feels, and I don't want anyone to be stuck in that state. Without alcohol, it's hard to sleep nowadays. Yes, please, if you need help, seek for the help. If you're at the stage that you cannot give up on it yourself, and alcohol is one of the strongest addictive substances, one of the strongest ones, don't hesitate. Seek help with the good people. Good people willing to help you, especially the ones who had the same experience, who had the same issues as you do right now. Do you sing? Yes, I do. Right now, that's just my hobby. Someone else saying, sorry to hear that, you should look for professional help. That's absolutely right, and there is nothing to be embarrassed about it. Okay? So it's like, when you're at your bottom, that doesn't mean that's not who you are. Even if you're at your bottom, even if you're at the bad time in your life, that's not what you represent. That's not what you are. That's not your potential. It's just you being at the bad place. And you need to escape that bad place. You need to try to do it with any help. It's hard to do it by, not that many people do it on their own. So there is nothing wrong using other people's help. Danny says, I wish I just had one friend. That's the reality. Let's talk about friendships. The older you grow up, the more the life, like everyone has their life. Ideally, you would have your family, and that would be your main focus. But realistically, having one good friend is a blessing. I believe in positive people around. I believe in a great, strong community. And I believe that I managed to find a lot of good people in my life. But the ones that I call friends are a handful of the people. And the ones that I really feel about them as my friends that are, how to say that, equal to me, or even more superior. So meaning that it's not, we don't have a trauma bonding or gossip bonding or something like that, but I have a friend like that. She's a boxer too. We just had the conversations yesterday with her, like very personal conversations, and our relationship is based on building our ways, but also helping each other on our paths and crossing our paths, and support each other in all the stages of the life, So for me, those kind of friends are like literally handful. You cannot have that many friends like that. It's better to have quality couple people than have a lot of people that you go out for drinking or for coffee and you just gossip about things, or you just hang out and stuff. It's nothing wrong. You should do that. You should socialize with people, and you can also call them friends. You're friendly. But if we're talking the essence of the friendship, like a real, true friendship, it's just one or two people. I never drink. Good for you. I'm jobless, searching for a job. I have no confidence to deal with interviews and presentation. I'm sorry for that, but that's one thing you need to start from. You need a job. You need a job to support yourself, to be independent, to have the essence of the independence. So you need to try to push yourself to do certain things. I know it sounds hard. I know it sounds almost impossible at times, but that's going to make a difference. When you be able to push through that cycle, the thing's going to start getting better. This is Isis watching your live from Nagaland, India. Nice to meet you here. Thank you. Like the Connecticut State Land says, like the rivers flow, your spirit runs deep. A blessing to all. Your path, sacred journey it is. Walk on with strength. For your wisdom lights the way for many truly. Anja Yoda. Yes, those are good words. That's a good wisdom. One real friend is worth more than $1 million. Absolutely agree. Okay, we'll keep going down. I'm gonna stick to the stream topic today. I'm gonna try to pick up specific questions and comments that are related to the stream, okay? I respect all, but loyal to few. That is a very good point. A basic level of respect towards everyone, because the way we respect others, also the reflection how you respect yourself. It's a reflection on the self-respect. But truly being loyal and truly being loyal to few people and them being loyal to you, that is the definition of the friendship, brotherhood or sisterhood. Can you say happy birthday to Alex Ricebrow? Happy birthday, Alex Ricebrow. I wish you all the best, and because stream topic is about relationships in the community, I wish you to have good, solid people around you and have a happy and great life. Hi France, a lot of countries, that's great. I'm not from US, I'm from Georgia. How do you feel motivated all day to train or learn anything? I started adjusting. I started changing my daily routines. I have not been. I wasn't like that before. I had downfalls. I had extra weight. I had the periods when I tried to push through, rely only on resilience and willpower, but that would not work long term because essentially I would start feeling bad and depressed. And I'm one of those people who feel depression as the load of, like, increasing load of the weight on the shoulders. And one day I just wake up and I just I almost cannot breathe. This is how I experience depression. But for me, a breaking point was meeting my husband. Not because of only building a relationship with him and, entering a good relationship and growing into it, but also he's one of the good people that I needed to meet. I needed someone like that to learn from. And from him, I learned a lot of things, and I started adjusting and changing my daily habits. And that helped. That's killed any cause for the depression. For example, I have on and off days. Sometimes I would stay at home, just chill, scroll on the phone, watch some stuff, and like everyone else. But most of my days is getting up, open the curtains, getting the sunlight in, looking around. Okay, if I need to clean up, I start tidying up because it makes me feel. I like the process of cleaning up, and that makes me feel more accomplished. It's like one tiny task already makes me feel accomplished. Then there are other things that I do, and I try not to fill myself with too many tasks, like and impossible to accomplish in one day. So it's better to have couple or 3 tasks, and be able to fulfill them and have this sense of achievement throughout the day than stress yourself with too many things at the same time. So changing those things helped me to set up the foundation for my psychological state, but also mainly my hormonal state, basically having a good hormonal baseline, homeostasis in my body, no fluctuation, no cheap dopamine fluctuation, basically being at the point where I have to be. Because guys, you need to remember that it's not only you feeling certain way, it is your biochemistry and your body not working the way it's supposed to work. And all the pain and depression and some other symptoms, your body tries to communicate with you. It indicates on the problem that way. Do you watch UFC? Yes, I do. Zubem says, let me join your life later. Since I'm a police officer, I got to go for some emergency work. Sending lots of love from Nagaland, India. Take care and God bless you. Sir, go take care of your duties. Huge respect. And my life is going to be here for some time now, so hope you're going to be back. Fellow Georgian. I'll read it in Georgian. Შემთხვევით ამომიგდო და ეგრევე აქცენტზე ვიფიქრე ქართველია მეთქი და კაკრას თქვი I'm from Georgia. Yes. He thought by my accent, he thought that I would be Georgian possibly, and that's when the moment when I said Georgian. Yes. გამარჯობა, ქართველი ვარ. ამჟამად ვიმყოფები ვიეტნამში და საქართველოში სექტემბრის ბოლოსკენ ჩამოვალ. Wait, you're from Georgia and you know Ilya Topori or Mirab Dvalishvili? Yes, I know who they are. I don't know exactly them personally, but because Georgia is a small country, we actually have a common people that we know. Okay, keep going down. I'm not going to stick to I want to stick to that topic because I really want to that message resonates to specifically to people who actually need to hear it. You met your husband and that even got you out of depression. Short guys cannot do that. Tips for us. Okay, tips for the short guys. Guys, you cannot change your height. You cannot do that. What you can change is your physique. You can train and build up a good physique. You can change, you can adjust your haircut, your beard cut, or you take care of a certain appearance as much as you can. Push a lot on the charisma and confidence. Start building that skill, talking in front of people, practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of some friends. Do those things, read and listen about the books and the podcasts where they literally repetitively tell you, be confident, do this, do that, because that information repetitively is gonna lay down in your brain. And trust me, I know short guys who are happily married, who are very liked by women because they build up those aspects. They build up their good appearance. They have they're thriving in their life. They have a career. For a man, that's essential. Even if you just have a job, but you're good at it. Even if it's just a physical job, but you're good at it. You're making money. You're strong. You give away that confidence within yourself, within your life, and you give the confidence that you can. You don't just want a relationship. You can support and protect your family. This kind of people, this kind of men, so far that I know in Georgia, for example, they have beautiful families. I think that this is the way how you can help. I understand the height for a man is a big factor. Unfortunately, there are certain things that you cannot change. but you can set up yourself for better success if you focus on the things that you can change. Okay, we'll keep going down. Guys, I'm not engaging in the political stuff today, especially today. We're talking about the mental health today. Hey Dan, I follow you on YouTube and really enjoy your content. I emailed the address in your bio, but the replies fell a bit off. Just wanted to check it was really you replying or someone else. My husband was replying and he didn't, he communicated that with me. He can be sometimes very direct, but he's always good, straight to the point, and it's nothing personal. And I'll take the time and I'll respond to you. And as I said, I can help you with, when it comes to the striking, when it comes to the boxing specifically, I can help you to kind of work on that part and give you good pointers. But I know that you want to do UFC, you want to get to UFC, you want to build up MMA career, you're gonna need the gym, you're gonna need the team of different trainers, you're gonna need that community. And well, we have connections in those communities, specifically here in Vietnam currently, because it's an affordable country, and all of that, like he gave the information about that. Those things are the things that you need to really start thinking about. Or you can do the same within the area, within the gym where you already live. And as I said, I'll get back to you and we can talk about how I personally can help you. But truth is that I'm not going to be able to help you by myself only. That you're gonna need, you will need way more than just my advices for your goal. I started feeling depressed, hype 1. Depressed when I was 17 years old. It was the beginning of melancholic life with moments of joy, fear, adrenaline, frustration, and empowerment. So it was like a emotional roller coaster. Here I am at 25 living. Well, good for you. How is it? How did you handle it? Tell us your experience. You know, we're here to have conversations and share personal experiences as well, because this is how we can learn from each other. Okay, Chalky saying, stop crying about things you have no control over. Who actually cares about height? Well, that sounded a little bit harsh, but straight to the point. Yeah, stop basically worrying about things you cannot control. You cannot control them. Focus on things you can control. Okay, keep going down. I'm 5'8", tan slim, light brown hair, tight, cut greeny blue, bright eyes, hung like a Hercules. Okay, well, good for you. Though, just pointing out, it's not only physique. Personality matters a lot. The way you talk, your articulation and vocabulary matters. So that's why, guys, educate yourself. I think sense of peace and calmness also helps. I really resonate way more with people who found the inner balance and they can really moderate their emotion very well, compared to people who are very impulsive. And there are many things so that comes together in the compound. You are giving advice, but I would like to know what is your height and your husband's. Well, my husband is tall, okay? So I'm not gonna, and I'm short. So it's like, reminds me always the taller girls say that, fuck short girls for like wanting. I didn't have specific height standard necessarily. Just ended up that me and my husband met, and obviously he's like 188 in centimeters. But trust me, way more than height. Height was like a tense thing. Obviously, good advantage, yeah, nice. Our children potentially gonna be taller than me, and I would be happy for that. But his lifestyle and the things he's been through, he's a very tough man. He survived things that a lot of people wouldn't survive, and this is the respect that I felt towards him. That was the first thing. That's why I'm telling you guys, as the men, try to push through that things, put those emotions aside. You're men. You're meant to be strong. You're created to be strong, and you have that potential. So discover that strength. That's what I'm saying. Go train. You raise your testosterone levels in your body. Study, educate, have a focus on these things, and learning and self-improvement, and build the resilience. Challenge yourself and sometimes life gives you challenges, and push through those challenges. And at the point when you are like before that point and after that point, you can't even compare yourself how you used to be, how you used to react to things, how you used to whine about things, and then after going through that journey, you're to the point that you're way more accomplished. And trust me, that's like a woman gonna feel that energy, especially a good one. Especially a good one who is self-aware, like, she doesn't think that she's a 10 or something like that. She knows that she's like where she's at herself, and like, she's also looking for a good man. This is how it works. As the man, build your resilience, as a woman, I'm trying to be like this, because it's when I think about it, yes, I can find a strong man. I already have a strong man, and he can take care of the things, and I can just like relax and just cook and clean and just take care of them. But it's not on that. Like, what if something happens and I'm the only one that my children have? I'm the one who will have to take care of them, give them the best life, fight for them. So that's what I'm talking about. If before even creating relationships and even thinking about making the family, we need to get to a certain point of resilience, responsibility, to a certain level of confidence too, and then try to find a person who's matching our level, our values, etc. Գիսմեդը როგორ ասորեց քարտվելի գոգորոմ ասե թեմեզը սաուպրոպ ռաղաց լևելի կապս կացնոբի պույստը սասիեմոնո. So good luck. Thank you. Irakli, a fellow Georgian, says that he enjoys me as a Georgian girl talking about those kind of topics, that is kind of a little bit on a deeper level, and he says it's very pleasant to hear. Thank you, Irakli. Madloba Dandi. The box. Yeah, I'm married. I'm just keep going, and I'm trying to go through I know you're like repeating, sending messages and stuff, but I'm going through the things, and I'm going to pick up with certain topics, okay? Okay, Juan saying, plan 3. I see boxing and fighting sports in general as amazing means for teaching one resilience by enduring pain and frustration, learning how to cope with problems, and overcoming oneself by pushing limits. So that is Juan's advice, and I completely agree with him. One of the ways is go do combat sports, go do boxing, go do kickboxing, wrestling, go to the gym, do resistance training as the man, whatever can raise your testosterone levels. And it's not just testosterone levels and you're just gonna get tough immediately. Not that in that sense, but testosterone levels actually affect, it's your, guys, it is your health. One of the important aspects of your health. If your testosterone level is going to go lower, it causes a lot of sense of depression, sense of lack of motivation and stuff like that, right? So when your testosterone is a good level and it like gets higher in a healthy, natural way, you get into the mode, you just naturally, it's going to drop you in the mode for thriving things. So one of the good things to help yourself, as the guy specifically, go and train, put you through challenges. Okay, absolutely. Okay, trying to get there. I'm going to scroll a little bit lower. Okay. Hey, if I love my partner but I'm trying to make an arranged marriage to her, is this good for both? Well, I know that in India it's a common thing, and arranged marriages, and I know some people who actually quite happily living together. It's not exactly just arranging with a certain person. They still have a choice. They can meet some other people in a controlled environment and find a good spouse, matching spouse for them. Well, if you're talking about your partner that you already love and you want to propose to her, then go ahead. And if you're at the point that that's the person you trust, you can rely on, and vice versa, absolutely. Because love, as a chemical reaction, as emotion, is not enough for the long-term relationship. When it comes to a partnership and a romantic relationship, you need to have a lot of other grounds to be able to build it up successfully. Thanks so much for confirming, Diana. I appreciate your time and quick response. I'll get back to you, Shashank, and we will talk about it, okay? Okay, quite a lot of messages. Okay, someone says it's out of today's topic, but boxers cannot survive wrestling, warm up, and drills, let alone whole session. Well, there's some stuff like wrestlers do some of the crazy stuff, and boxers usually don't do that kind of things. But again, it's like for wrestling you have specific warm up, for boxing you have specific warm up, and then essentially, I mean, it's a matter of practice. I actually know a boxer who did both wrestling and boxing, and he could do both because he got used to their routine and the boxing routine, and it's a matter of practice too. So did you ever had an injury? I'll have a septum shift, and pretty much that's it. No, I don't have a major injuries. I've been very careful always with the injuries, especially now. Okay, MA, why are you so hypocritical? You are short yourself and have a tall man, but you're trying to imply you don't have a height standard. This cannot be coincidence. Well, okay, if it's your opinion, that's fine. I try to respond to you and tell you that even my case might not be that. I know a lot of couples. I don't want to talk about my past things, but I had a crush on the short men, like my height. One of them was, for example, a BJJ black belt. Was in gym, very smart, accomplished guy. He was like ex-military, very, very confident, but also not arrogant. The whole gym were like girls where we had a crush on him because who he was, the way how he built himself up. And that's what I'm trying to do, to tell you that it is possible to do that. It is possible to widen opportunities and options for yourself if you do those things, if you focus on the things that matter more than height. But if you think that if you still think that I'm hypocritical, okay, I'm just not going to respond to you anymore, because that's not the conversation I'm willing to have. Okay, keep scrolling. How do you control my anger? In the context of relationships, anger issues can ruin relationships, friendships, personal relationships. Within the community, people kind of getting pushed away from the people who are angry, especially if it's a man, because it's associated with many things, like sense of danger, sense of being uncomfortable around that person. Though it works like no one likes angry women as well. And the one of the best ways I never been that much of the angry person, but I know some people who deal with those issues, and it is about to release that anger. So martial arts and combat sports are very good for those. You can just, you physically just release that. Like your body chemistry gets to the point you release endorphins, serotonin and dopamine, and you, over time, it builds up a habit of not being that angry, that snappy. But also, I believe it is a lot of self-work. You need to build a discipline around it. Every time you feel angry, for example, just distance yourself from everyone. Just go in a separate room, separate area, and don't let yourself act on the anger. It's okay to feel certain emotions, and we all have it slightly differently. But the more important thing is not to act on your emotions. That is very important. I see as your community has grown, you now have trolls. Trolls are everywhere, they're always going to be there, and they actually help to get some traction because YouTube algorithm doesn't differ them from anyone else. So as long as it's not something very nasty and creepy. Right now I don't even have a moderator. Chris is sleeping, and he didn't sleep at night, so he's resting, and I'm just not really looking into those comments. You have prospects. I'm married already. Okay, keep going. All women are attracted to tall men. 6'2", 6'4" is the ideal height. Personally, is irrelevant. Yes, but it's also, okay, let's say about women, a certain body shape is ideal. But is women only with the wide hips getting married? Maybe demand might be higher, but it's at the end of the day, you want to marry one person, right? So just that's why I tell you about focus on things you can change and you can improve. Irish patriot. I'm with my missus almost 18 years, since I'm 14. I'm 31, 4 kids. I'm in 3-story 4-bed house. Well, that sounds like a happy life, and might be some challenges there, but that is an accomplishment. There is a legacy. And I hope that the relationships within your family are also good and healthy. That is also important. Thanks for answering my question. I'm from India. I appreciate it. Juan says, I'm 5'9". Most of the men from my family, particularly my paternal family, are taller than 6 feet. So I'm like the dwarf of the group. A dude said something wise here. Focus on what you can do. Yes, I mean, as I said, you cannot change. I don't know. Some people think that I might be... let's call it pleasant looking, and it's easy for me to talk. But guys, when I met my husband, I was like almost 10 kilograms heavier. Like now my braces changed my facial shape, and you know that I cut weight, I look way better. I also have the eyebrows done a little bit because I almost don't have eyebrows. And there are certain things that I just now I'm like at my enhanced version, and that's also thanks to my husband. And it's, you know, it's nice when you meet someone when you don't look at the perfect way, both of you, and then you start looking better, feeling better, and living better once you're together, growing in a relationship. That also try to find partners like that who want to build, who want to grow together, who wants to do things together. But I'm just saying, I was not the prettiest girl out there, and I'm still not. I will tell you even more. I think the reason why some people might think that I'm beautiful and like this and that here, one of the big reasons is also the way how I talk. I talk slow, I talk calm. I worked on those skills. I don't talk too fast. I don't talk about out of my ass. I try to think about before saying something, because imagine if I would just talk about how I'm a 10 and like you guys all are like here, just this and that, that would change your perception completely of me, right? So think about those things. How much of your personality and those skills that you practice that is up to you can change enhance the perception of the person, and obviously perception of you in other people's eyes. Okay, guys, I appreciate that there are a lot of questions about martial arts. It's just not today's topic, but good for you guys, and just feel free to talk with it, communicate with each other too and share stuff. I'm focusing right now more on those, as I said, relationships, community, and socialization. In most cases, a woman is very happy-go-lucky, but then they get in an abusive relationship or multiple ones become broken because the man destroyed her self-esteem. Please, I'm a man. Yeah, that can be true. That's actually not a very rare case in Georgia, for example, and it also depends on the country, depends on the culture, a lot of things. And still, I believe that there is... obviously, a person can be, I don't like the word victim, but the one who is suffering from the situation, right? Being a victim in the situation. And even there, it is about, okay, if that happens one time, okay, you made a mistake, no one taught you, no one warned you, your family didn't prepare you, like you were not grown up with the understanding and knowledge of avoiding certain things. But if you do it once and you learn, you move on and you evolve and you never repeat the same mistake, this is a valuable experience. If you keep rolling around the same pattern over and over and over again, and I've seen women doing that quite a lot, men too, but I've seen women doing, when it comes to the personal relationship, a romantic relationship, I've seen women doing all over again, and it is sad to see. So there is a certain aspect of self-accountability, self-responsibility. I am the one who has to take the responsibility to make sure that I'm not gonna delve into the same mistake in the same patterns. To avoid doing those things, I need to reestablish certain values. I need to start working on myself and change certain things. The things that are very hard to get rid of and very hard to change, like abandonment issues that usually comes from the childhood, or a validation issues that you'll seek validation from everyone, basically. Those kind of things. How you dealt with depression? I dealt with depression firstly by actually changing my lifestyle, physical lifestyle, being more active even when I have training periods and when I'm off the gym like at all. I try to walk, I try to do the movement, try to go out, dance, try to get any sort of movement. I try to have a good sleep. I always get the sunlight. Once I get up, I open the curtains, get the sunlight in my system, try to move around the house, start doing things, hydration, good diet. So those basics, put that in place. It might not sound very exciting, but that is actually the foundation for your body to basically feel good enough for you to be able to actually even feel motivated and even feel capable of doing some other tasks and the goals you have. Okay, we'll keep going. I'm scrolling down. It's very weird of someone who has a tall husband and thinks she has the right to give a short man advice. Okay, MA, you asked me for advice, so that's why I gave it to you. You asked for it. If you think that I don't have a right just because I have a tall husband, I would love to bring my friends who has a short spouse, and maybe you would listen to advice from themselves. But if you actually don't hear what I'm saying, a very important thing that you don't want to hear and understand, that basically focus on things you can enhance, and that's going to give you a better chances to find a good relationship. If you're gonna be that negative and you're gonna like basically use it as an excuse that all women, it's all women's fault, they all like taller men, that means I'm not good enough. No, it's because you are being negative now. It's because you're being angry. It's because I can feel that from your comments, and that's the things you can change. That's the things, like, dude, just step up and say, then what? Yes, I'm short, but I'm fucking man. I have guts. I can do this. I can do that. I can survive. I can protect. Make sure you can do those things. But you know what? It's not enough just saying that. It is about to work on those things. So this is my last attempt to really try to give you like that kind of response. But if you're just gonna keep saying the same thing, that I don't have a right to talk to you, then I'm gonna just stop talking to you. Okay, we'll keep going. Max, having a wife is awesome, but it's just too much of a gamble if you hit it off or not. Apparently over 60% today do not hit it off, and the women are not going to give you many chances. They will move. Well, let's talk about the world population. It's important to understand that in the countries that nowadays, in the more of the Western countries and the more rich and developed and privileged countries, yes, you have more women being into like hyper-feminism, being independent, like just by themselves, and even governments and systems in some countries encourage those things. So they basically give a support if they're like a single mothers and stuff. So yeah, the likelihood to find someone a family oriented is going to be hard there. But I'm from Georgia, for example. In my country, most of women want to have a good relationship. Caucasian women are a little bit, they can be jealous, and they can be like a little bit like maybe like Latino women, they're quite spicy. But as I said, in the countries where the life is a little bit harder, the environment is harder, and you have to basically grow up with the challenges, facing certain challenges, helping your family, especially if you're an older sibling in the family like I am. Funny enough, one of my husband's criteria was personality-wise. He knew that he most likely would meet someone with the qualities he wants, that would be an oldest child in the family, with a dysfunctional family where the father figure is absent or doesn't have a big influence on the family. And well, because those kind of things, women who are dealing with those things, but also they find the way how not to get angry on men and on the world, but they been through some struggles, and they know the values of the relationships and actually building things, because that's what they try to do. This kind of women, you need to look for a certain environment. So we're living in a life that we just travel around, and there are ways how to do it. So I would start thinking about looking not only in the certain, even not only in your country, but I guess worldwide. Okay, Fab says, set up your life for yourself, and if you meet someone right, you can do whatever you want, but focus on yourself first. Well, yes, the focus on yourself first, absolutely. I mean, you need to build yourself up to be wanted in society. You need to increase your demand, not only for relationships, but also for friendships, and basically just people willing to be around you. But also at the same time, it's actually, for example, me and my husband, we met at the period where he just survived a coma and the crash from the wingsuit. Not just, but like it's been like a less than a year after that, and he just went through the surgery because he had like a yeast tumor. So it was like one problem another. He survived all of that. He stood up. He came to Georgia to get completely clean of the morphine, because it was the morphine-induced coma. And yeah, basically his chances of survival were low, but he survived. And when we met, he had some immunity. I had my personal trainings and I worked online. So it's not like we were both being like well off, but we are both type of personalities that we like to build things together. And I actually always wanted to meet someone that is already responsible enough and like is strong enough, but not necessarily like I didn't really care much about them being like millionaires or like, you know, having all this delusional demands, because I rather find someone who has the root and the guts, and we put our strengths and our power together, and we build something of substance together, than just, you know, be with someone who did that basically on their own. And I don't really have that much saying there, you know, I don't really have that much, I didn't contribute to that, so I cannot even, you know, be part of it. So that was the thing for me, and you know, that's what I valued. Juan says, as a kid I was overweight, so people used to remind me that, but by calling fat, ugly, loser and stuff. At 10, I started changing habits, and by 12 I got thin. I was a huge personal achievement to me. Yeah, that's good for you, and I can see you started working on yourself. Like sometimes that's what happens in your pre-teenage years, when you are like, I want to be this, I want to be like something like that. You have this rather just someone, a role model, or you just have that version of yourself in your head that you want to become. I had the similar experience. I was very, as I said, very introverted. I was easily scared, you know, I was too nice, no boundaries. And I just decided I want to be strong. I remember that thought clearly being in my head when I was around that age, at 10 years old, that I want to be strong. And this is how it started. Okay, I'm scrolling down a little bit more. Yeah, AX2. Because they're not going to wait. They had heard from their mother that their moms were the most unhappy when they didn't do what they wanted to do and stayed put in 70s or 80s. Maybe a little bit similar, yeah, to in Georgia too. For example, the domestic violence is quite high comparing to the country population, and that's why Georgian women have a lot of there is raising opinion now that Georgian women rather don't want to marry Georgian men. I'm not saying, I know great Georgian men, and I believe that it's still about the community, but their mentality being there that a man is a man, they can do whatever they want, and woman has to tolerate. And they were like, why would we want to do that? And yeah, those kind of events, those kind of cultural stereotypes and issues in the different countries, different environments definitely affect development of like an opposite extreme side, that, oh no, I rather don't do that, fuck men, you know, they are all the same. But it's not true. It's just not how the life is. Everything is so complex, and we need to learn how to navigate with the things. I believe that family is important, that for kids it is essential to have a whole family when they grow up, and that's why we need to start taking that way more serious before finding a partner, not just falling in love, but actually finding a partner with the same values, core values, but also a certain things that you can learn from each other and become this. Because this, one of the biggest investment in your life is your partner, the father or the mother of your children or future children. Yeah, people still make children, they just don't stay together anymore, and that's horrible for kids. I think we need to start thinking about children more. Okay, and keep going. Women want something all the time. It changes. They will change their opinion about you. I actually encourage. I've been helping some of my friends who are not bad in particular, but they've been not they didn't build the successful relationship, and they're like their life and their emotions are a roller coaster. And as much as the women, it is promoted also by our biochemistry and our period cycle and our hormonal fluctuations, meaning that our emotional fluctuations are biologically harsher than men's. That's why it's when a woman wants to grow and become a stoic and be stoic, they need to actually deal with more stuff on emotional level and being able to control those things. But it doesn't matter. It's just a reality. Same as men challenge certain disadvantages, women also challenge certain disadvantages. But then what? It's still possible. So I always encourage women to become more stoic, also do training, also do martial arts. Yes, find themselves and thrive, but also don't go to that extreme selfish, say that, oh, it's all about me and me. No, it's not only about you. It's about, especially if you want a family and relationship, it cannot be about you. It's already, you have to consider your spouse and you have to consider your future children. And you have to be oriented that how I balance the things that I love to do and I want to do in my life, but also my family. I need to, if I say that I want a family, I need to really act on it and really act like I'm ready for it. And I'll give you my example. My husband, one of the things I love about him, he always says that as the man, it's his words, my goal is to get rid of all the obstacles so you can, I'm back live. Anyways, my husband says that as a man, his responsibility is to take away all the obstacles so I can nurture and thrive and create things. You know, I'm quite good at art, singing, I love doing sports, and he's all for it. He's the one who encourages me. Why won't you go back to boxing? You know, you can build up very good. He encouraged me to do YouTube. He encouraged me. He even pushed me to do certain things that I thought I wouldn't be good enough. So obviously, you would want a partner, both men and women, it doesn't matter, who would be supportive of you being yourself and actually becoming a better version of yourself. But also, that better version needs to be like the best of the version for their children and for the spouse, and to create that unity and the harmony in the family. Because what are we alone? What value do we represent if we just completely focus only on ourselves and only on our well-being? That's the question. And keep going down. I'm just scrolling all the way down, guys, sorry. It's been like quite a lot of stuff. Okay. I know this girl is genuinely nice, but I feel slightly bad for her husband if she's yapping like this on a regular basis. Well, I don't know if I'll take it as a joke, okay? Good joke. Well, now I'm streaming and basically I'm talking and responding to questions. So yes, I guess I'm yapping. But okay, with me and my husband have a joke. As much as we love to spend time together and we're best friends, we're joking about that. I would say that, okay, babe, I'm going for a talking date. And meaning talking dates, like whether with some other friends or my personal clients, them working, I'm going on a talking dates because, you know, sometimes he's like I guess like every man just want to focus on the things or just, you know, turn off their brain and do their stuff. And in the relationship, that's something that I think should be respected from both sides. I mean, I respect that. But yeah, okay. I mean, I guess that's my response to this one. Okay. Okay, is the rule of 10. 10% will never conform, will always rebel, even if you walked around and handed out the hundreds of bills. That's why we people need to have reality checks with our own self and listen to other people, also good people around ourselves that are going to give us some reality check. You know, not all emotions, not all feelings are valid. That is important thing to understand. Fab says, all the girls are genuinely nice. The thing is, they turn bitter real quick and they play with emotions because they use it as a weapon. There is nothing on this planet more controlling than a woman. Yeah, I guess, well, all the little girls, I guess, are nice. Yes, they're like, you know, growing up in their fairy tale and, you know, they're innocent. And then, I guess, yeah, women can get very, yeah, that can affect them. And pretty much they are just, they can become vicious. And literally that's their weapon, ruining your reputation, accusing you of things, playing a victim, probably because the lack of the certain physical power, I guess. Like, you know, women cannot fight, just come and fight men. And when they try, well, I don't really respect that either. I don't think anyone should fight and really lay hands on each other. It goes with both men and women. It's not necessarily only because of the damage, but respect. Part of my rules is I will never lay a hand on a person unless they do that first. That's kind of the... Okay, Juan says, I can relate living with fear. When I was 1, my parents divorced. That's sad. So I grew up with my mother and my grandmother. When I started school, I remember having felt impressed by the toughness of the world. Yeah, and this is a harsh truth, especially as the boy. When you, I don't know if you had a relationship with your father, but when you grow up only with your mother and the females in the family, as much as they try to give you the best life, as much as they can, and they know, very few women understand that you need, that as a boy, you need a male role model. And the best single mothers I know, who basically wasn't their choice to be single mother, they rather become widows or they had very abusive relationships. They just had to escape with the child because their life was on stake. They were, one of the best things they could do in that situation was literally throwing their boys to the sports and having a conversation with the coach about, okay, like, he doesn't have father, like, this is the situation, he needs the role model, he needs that in our environment, he needs to become tough. So I've seen these things happening, and those boys growing up strong and tough, because at least they had the role model as the male role model within their coaches or some older friends in the gym and within that community. So it is important that both girls need a good father as well, but boys literally need them for basically learn how to be a man. Feb, I can tell you, Max says to you, Feb, I can tell you, speaking from experience, hang in there, soldier, respect. I mean, that's respect to you guys who, you're not just judgmental of other people, you kind of, you try to understand where the things come from. And that's the thing, we all are human beings, and there's certain things that, there's certain triggers we have and certain issues we face, because it comes from somewhere. And I appreciate people who really try to understand the other side, to, you know, it's good for them too to navigate in this life, but also to be able to help others, or help others to heal as well, I guess. Thank you, Fab. You get anxiety for multiple reasons, Irish Patriot says. Yes, fighters get anxiety as well, not from being scared of people, but for the other reasons as well. Yeah, absolutely true. I agree. Max, okay, that's Georgian, and I'm not sure if it's Google Translate or you Georgian. Ավიღებ լիմոնებს գամով ծուրը, սասմելս մոմզադե და შემდეგ ձախს მისცემ არ მოეწონება, რადგან ძალიან მჟავე და მოწყენილი იქნები. I think that's Google Translate. Hi to everyone from different countries. Okay, we keep scrolling down. Single fathers raise kids better than single mothers. Look it up. Well, there is a statistics on it. So. It doesn't mean that all single mothers raise their kids better. As I said, I think the best ones are the ones who understand that the kids need a male role model too, so they kind of find a way how to do it. But yeah, I agree. The statistics, also there are way less single fathers compared to single mothers. That's also the ones who raise kids. But pretty much you're right. Okay, Happy Cartoon Cat says, wondering if my friend likes me. I'm overseas at the moment, and she told she has the same values as me, and then she has called me emotionally intelligent and has done stuff like I think teasing. Well, I don't know. I guess you're in the process of developing certain type of relationship. The problem with the remote relationships is easy to get hooked on it, but reality is if there is a possibility to meet a person, just do it straight away. Just do it almost immediately. And I know some people just traveling and traveling for many reasons. Maybe vacation, but also do it the way to meet a person. And that is important, it's try to meet the person face to face. This is how you're gonna have a better impression of them and better understanding what they represent. Kamala voter for sure. No, actually. But I'm not even from the US, so I can't vote for US elections. And I don't label myself as a feminist, absolutely not. Okay, looking for can you beat John Jones in the domestic house fight? He's unbeaten on. No one can beat John Jones in the domestic house fight. No one. Only Tom Aspinall, that's true. Yeah, only he has a chance. Okay, I'm scrolling all the way down. Well, guys, I mean, there have been a lot of interactions, both positive, negative, and I don't mind with that. I don't think anything too extreme has been there this time. So I'm not removing any comments, and just feel free to share your opinions. Just be reasonable and respectful, and don't cross the line. And let me say, what's your favorite? Okay, there's a question. What's your favorite about Georgian culture? I guess Georgian culture's best side is hospitality. People really respect their guests, and they really give them the best experience, and they're quite warm, and especially in the certain region communities like Smaneti, for example, people are very tight, very helpful and supportive of each other, and very tough, tough people. Okay. Thank you for your advice. Absolutely welcome. Thank you for providing the space. Have a great day. You have a great too. But anyway, guys, so as I said, today's topics, as you can see, is communities, relationships. I believe that one of the first important things to be able to socialize, build relationships, and build communities is to understand that it's not only about you. This is a common term, like table thing, you know, like what you put on the table. So you have to have something to put on the table. You are not the table, whether man or woman. You have to put something on the table. This is, you have to share the value. It's not just you. Like when you say, I want people to love me and like be friends with me for who I am. But the question is, who are you? What do you represent? And my answer is, there is no you as you. There is what you created. How disciplined you are, how respectful you are, how skilled you are, how much you try to educate yourself, how grounded you are, how much you can have an ego check, sense of humor, you know, like being able to listen to others, have a conversation. There's so many things that's like you essentially going to create you. And it can be me, same me, but in my few years ago version, when I was more awkward, I was more scared, I was more easily triggered and, you know, more traumatized. And for example, now when I went through that journey, I put the work in it, I really committed to improving things in me and trying to improve my life and others' life around me. And there is, you know, major difference. So there is not such thing as you, it is things that you represent. Okay. Shashank, I will respond to you. Just going to respond to Juan first because it's first it was before. Can I relate having reality checks as everyone else? I met girls who by the time were far from more dramatic and realistic than I was, and I learned from them despite any conflict that I had with them. Well, I mean, it's good that you met girls like that, and you know, it's sometimes it's you might meet someone great, you might meet someone who you can learn things from, but it is not the right time, and that's not the person you're meant to build up something with. Sometimes people can be and are part of our growing process and experience. So when you meet someone who is good, better at something, and knows something better, have more experience, just try to listen to them and learn certain things from them. You don't have to live the same life, but I believe this is one of the ways how you can, you know, develop. Okay, Shashank. Diana, why are relationships mostly about the girl's feelings? If she feels ignored, it's over, but no one cares about the guy's struggles or emotions. Yeah, I think that's wrong. I think there is a big, at least if we look in the social media, this is how, like, it's just farmed with all the me thing, and like a lot of women talking about how they feel and this and that. But relationships essentially is not about feelings alone, and I guess not only about feelings. Let's imagine the world is falling apart, and it's like a post-apocalyptic environment. First of all, you're actually going to need a family and a tribe, like a few families, to make a tribe to survive. So it's not going to be all about the feelings anymore only. It's going to be really out of necessity, but also to make it as efficient as possible. Obviously, it's going to be about taking certain roles, being valuable and useful within the community. Now, because our lives are way better than anyone's life hundreds of years ago and before that, we can have that luxury to have a focus on feelings. So we need to put it in a way that I guess in a relationship, it's about you need to learn how to communicate feelings, both sides, without attacking each other, without really making a problem out of it and threatening each other that, oh, I'm going to break up and stuff like that. You should not set up yourself for the failure, right? So it's good to have a relationship with a person who is like okay, we had this fight, but we're not even considering to break up. It's just about us working through that. And yes, we communicate what was like how you felt, how I felt, but essentially also communicate what is the outcome, where those emotions valid at all, is it good for the future results, and then make that decision together. And I know everyone has their dynamics, but I believe when it comes to those things, I really listen to my husband a lot. He's more experienced. He's been through way more stuff. He's he knows a lot about outer world more than I do. But I'm willing to listen and follow on things and put my insight. And he always takes my advices, especially when it comes to the people and relationship. It's like Jordan Peterson said. Men are more about keen to like things, and women keen to like people. That's why a lot of psychologists are women, and like teachers. Like when it comes to the emotional fields, understanding people's emotion stuff, women can be quite good at it. So, this is our dynamic in a lot of things. Most of the things I listen to my husband because I just know, with the decisions he makes, and essentially to the conclusions we go to, it always leads us to the good place. We always get somewhere better. But at the same time, it was many, many times when I had an analysis of certain person, and I just literally told my husband. And sometimes, for example, in the environment, I tend to play just a girl. I don't talk much. I try to be as feminine as possible. And some people tend to tell me some things that then I told my husband, and I literally warned him, okay, that person is not good for doing business, or they have certain traits that I'm concerned about. And he's very, very much listening to those things when I have insight, because I developed a good eye for those things. And we create a win-win situation because we are the team. So it shouldn't be only about women's feelings. Try to find a partner, if a girl, as simple as possible. Because simple women and simple people in general, they're more realistic. They have less delusions. They're more down to earth, and it's easier to build life with them than with someone that has already something built up in their head, and they're just always going to compare you to their expectations. That's a little bit out of topic. Joseph says, I injured my back and regret not trying to 100% to finish my martial art career. So sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, those things happen. And what kind of injury it is, because it depends. It depends. It depends on your age. Maybe there is a possibility to help that injury, fix it, or at least improve it and still get back to your career. Have you visited any other countries that remind you of Georgian culture? I guess Turkey and Armenia a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Shashank, I already responded to your question, so I'm just keep scrolling down. Okay, we'll keep going. I appreciate all the positive comments, guys, as well. I'm just not reading them out loud because I really want to focus on the questions close to the topic. Okay. Okay, I'm just going all the way down. Juan says, that's a grounded view. I tend to be carefree and lazy in some aspects of my life, while I focus more on others. Some girls I met had similar mindset to yours, survival over passion, feelings, emotions. Yeah, I would say good balance between it. It doesn't mean that I'm like completely, even though if my husband was here in the chat, he would tell that we really prioritize pragmatic analysis, than just raw feelings. But we really liked each other. We really resonated in many things with each other, and we saw some things that I never met someone like him, that's for sure. And he also saw some traits, as he says, he saw a diamond in the rocks that he was excited to polish and uncover and help to, find out the true potential in me. And I guess of course there were feelings, but it was a lot of feelings coming from the interest of seeing something that feels very, that you resonate with a lot. It wasn't just a passion or excitement, or as we call oxytocin euphoria. Hey Diana, I've been doing MMA training and kindly emailed you about. Yes, I already saw that. Hey, I made the run yesterday. Thank you again. I really pushed myself. Good for you, Nightmare Edge. Just, yeah. Guys, whatever you do to challenge yourself a little bit on a daily basis, trust me, that's gonna help you to build discipline, and you're gonna be better than other people who don't do that. Your husband is so lucky. Thank you, but I am also very, very lucky. So I guess we both are lucky. So many weirdos in the chat. You need a moderator or more of them. I can put you as a moderator if you want right now. My husband is asleep right now. He cannot moderate, and some other moderators are just not there. So I can put you as a moderator, and it's up to you. I'll do it now. As a moderator. Standard moderator. Okay, you can try to eliminate all the creeps. But thanks for giving us much motivation. I'm trying my best to do that. It gives me motivation as well when I give motivation to someone else. This is what I found, and I really find a pleasure in it myself. I could be your moderator if you want, but it's kind of, Matt, I'll just set you as a moderator right now. And it's up to you. You don't have to moderate everything, guys. It's just, here, standard moderator. Now you're a moderator. Don't cut off everyone who just share their opinion and troll a little bit. Just the ones who are really, really, I guess, disrespectful. I have not even seen those messages because I'm scrolling through and try to find the good questions and reasonable messages and stories. I really want to hear your stories and experiences as well. So I don't really focus on the any bullshit right now. No, guys, as I said, you don't have to do it regular. I just set it up right now because you just mentioned it and pointed out, since you think it's an issue. You can do it now on this stream, and it is not a problem. You don't have to do it all the time. Okay, Lucky, I'm going to put you as a moderator as well. It's fine. As a moderator. Okay, here you are. So I appreciate any sort of help. But as I said, don't delete everything. It's fine. People can share their opinion. They can disagree. It's all good. And whatever you find inappropriate and just out of topic, that you can just delete it. First time seeing you. Never heard of this channel. I don't know. I should subscribe. I don't know. It's up to you. I can tell you shortly what is the channel about. It's actually about my training. It's called Red Hat Diaries. So mostly I share my training and the process and what I focus on. Mostly now it's boxing, and also I do sprinting, which I'm going to get back to more when I get back to Georgia. But also I started streaming quite a lot, and I'm having some of the streams and some topics about mental health and more of that kind of stuff too, because those things are also important. I already made you a moderator. Yeah, I see, Monkey. But Redhead, just be really careful about who you make moderate, because some can go too crazy with it. Yes, absolutely, and I think I can just stop making them moderators too. So far, I just made 3 people moderators, and you guys seem reasonable, and that's enough for now. Yeah, no, I know more people. Gamma Joba Dan and Chris. Yes, Raptor Shan. Gamma Joba. I appreciate your kindness and positivity. Rick, thank you very much. I appreciate your words too. I'm from Indonesia. Hi to everyone. Okay, Nightmare Edge asking, if I wanted to work out, what would be a good schedule? Do you do upper body on day and the lower body alternating? Oh, that's called like a split workout. You can split it, it depends. If you are doing gym training, whether you do hypertrophy, focus training, or strength, doesn't matter. You split the days. You can also do full body and do it a couple times a week. And there are many ways how to do it. There are different kind of splits as well. Usually it's the push day, pull day, and the lower body and shoulders combined. That's a common split that a lot of my friends use. The point is to, if you're doing resistance training, so your muscles, groups of muscles have enough time of recovery. So bigger muscles need at least a few days to the full recovery, and the smaller muscles around 3 days, 4 days maybe. And that's why you put it in the schedule that, okay, if you have Thursdays, for example, you have legs, and then next week you have Thursdays, legs again, you have an entire week for that specific groups of muscle. So it's a good way to do it, and as long as you let it recover properly, it's gonna work. That's it too. Dragon, a girl's profile, and katana. Max saying, chat, feel free to express yourself, just keep it respectful, and remember Diana is married. Thank you for pointing it out, and thank you for being respectful. Also guys, I have, Chris opened the Discord, and we have a Discord now. So if you really want to build more of the community, and there we will put some updates further down the line on the things, you can join the Discord, which the link is in my YouTube bio description. Joseph says, injuries in sports can impact mental health really badly. It can really break you down. That is called an outside stress factor. It's something that just happened and is out of your control, and you have to deal with it. And it's tough, but it's very important not to fall, as I call it, in that vicious cycle. Very often what happens, you have an outside stress, like you mentioned, an injury that finishes your career, or even worse, someone of your beloved people pass away, or something else happens, something devastating, and it drops you in this, like your brain just completely gets like off the focus, gets tend to get into depressive state. But then what happens, you start isolating yourself, you stop moving, your sleep gets fucked up, you start you stop exposing yourself to the sunlight, to exercising or even moving, and nutrition also suffers, like you tend to stop eating at all, or coping with the food, which causes a lot rather to the weight loss or the gaining weight. And this is how that cycle is created. So if there's something happens that is outside stress factor cause, and it really, really hits you hard, seek help. That's why you need a good environment, build up the good community around yourself, so they're gonna help you. They're gonna try to not to let you drop in that cycle. They're gonna try to be around you, take care of you, help you to get back to your routine, start your life from this, from the scratch or from the new page, this is very helpful. And yeah, that's important thing, that because it gets worse and it gets harder then to escape that a vicious cycle once you are there. Lucky says, hi guys, welcome to the stream, please be respectful. Yeah, you remember, it's Foxhound and my name is Shan. Yes, absolutely, I remember you. That's your another account. Scrolling down. Looking for the balanced results. I used to only do upper body. I want to go beyond just arms and shoulders. Yeah, you should train lower body. You should train full body ideally. You need to target your entire body, whether you do split training or you do full body, like you moderate full body training in the different days. Juan says, I got my shoulder injured at 16 because of lifting much weight at the gym back then. I went to the doctor and he told me to stop lifting weights, which was not an option to me, so I took steroids. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not the solution. Stop lifting or stop doing resistance training is not the solution, but you might need to consider doing rehabilitation training. It depends what kind of injury you got. Get the supplementation. Steroids is not necessarily the first thing you should do, but if you start doing it, absolutely you need to go get your blood tests, specific blood tests for the if you get the testosterone. I wish Chris was there here because he could tell you more about it. But basically, yeah, blood work, and keep doing the blood work at least twice a year, and check with the doctor as well. But yeah, stop lifting weights and stop training and doing resistance training is a very bad advice. And unfortunately, a lot of doctors do that, and that's not the solution. Shan says, Lucky and Max, congratulations for becoming new mods, guys. I mean, it's just, they decided to help me and do me a very good favor. It's a friendly thing, so I appreciate it. Max says, you only started streaming recently and hit 120k views on the karaoke stream. Good job. Your channel will continue to grow. I appreciate it. We've been looking in the statistics, and we don't know exactly why it started getting that big. Even just the talking, like conversation streams like this. But I guess it's thanks to you guys, thanks to your interactions and, you know, holding conversations together with me. I subscribe, Joseph says. Thank you very much. All subscribes, everything, all engagement is highly appreciated because you help me to grow the channel. Please tell me the superfood to bulk, please. There is no such a thing as a superfood. There is a super calorie surplus. So that's one thing, and high protein. You need to go, if you really want to bulk, and I would recommend to go 2 grams per your kilogram of the body weight. That's how much protein you would want to get, and definitely a calorie surplus. So if you really want to have that in check, it's easier to get surplus than like controlled surplus without the calorie tracking than the deficit. Just get a mass gainer or make your own mass gainer. Use high calorie, low volume foods like nuts, oils, butter. Obviously, get your high protein. Still get your fiber, but yeah, as I said, add those high calorie foods in your diet, preferably good ones. But if you really want to track it and really delve into it, I would suggest you to download the Chronometer app. I don't have any association with them. I don't work with them. I just use it myself, and the free version still provides the good analysis on the nutrition, all the macros and micronutrients. So get the Chronometer, just find it in the Play Store or Apple Play. and download it and put your information there, and it's going to help you. Just you will set the goal and stuff, and it will calculate things you need to take. Esme, I have had 4 surgeries in 1 year, and now I'm deaf in my right ear, and now I have this weird sound in ear that causes me to not hear, and I don't know what to do, and my friend hates me now. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry. That sounds like a hard. It is a difficult physical challenge and health challenge for you, and I hope you're gonna be able to get better as much as it's possible in your situation. But my friend hates me. I mean, if your friend hates you for that, that's not a friend. Find a new friend. And unfortunately, I'm not that knowledgeable on that topic. I cannot help you on your topic, except suggesting you to really find a better quality friend. But yeah, seek for the help. Try to research yourself on that topic and find the ways if there's anything to help your situation. All right, I will Twist Nickel says, all right, I will stop. I have mental issues, but this seems helpful or super kind as far as I have seen. I also need help losing chest fat. Well, I appreciate for subscription. When it comes to the chest fat, there is a calorie deficit. It's calories in, calories out. It's always like your body burns fat pretty much equally. Yes, it's your face, your upper body tends to kind of shrink first, but in reality, it goes pretty much equal for the whole body. So you need to create a calorie deficit. You need to look into your diet, what you eat. That's why I suggest get Chronometer app so you can balance the calorie intake and also make sure that you get enough nutrition. I want to do it on my own, maybe some supplements to help recover. Sorry, there were a lot of comments, so you need to remind me what was your injury, because there have been one back injury, one shoulder injury, and just remind me of your injury so I can tell you. But any type of, if you have a joint injury in general, you try to do some rehabilitation, recovering, training exercises for specifically that purposes. You can look up, try to look into YouTube and just try certain ones. Also, a good way is if it's a joint issue, you need to strengthen your ligaments as much as possible, the soft tissues that hold that joint. And for that, isometric type of training is good. For example, if it's a shoulder, you know, you would hold something and just do isometric training, 10-30 seconds down. You know, you just that's the good. That way you trigger the strengthening of the ligaments. There is a girl in my school. I have crush on her. We make several eye contact. How should I confess? She even wished happy birthday to me yesterday with a handshake. That's very cute. It's like you seem to be in the school, and that's a very exciting age. Well, if you see some, you know, she's trying to be nice to you and look at your side. She's probably shy as well. You know, I'll tell you that way. Exercise. That is a good time to exercise your skills to approach girls and talk to them, and find ways how to communicate with them, and how to make them like you through the interaction. You know, it's a good thing to, if you make them laugh, but also you feel confident. You're not too much. But I will use that word. Don't think too much on her. Give her, like, you know, in the right time, reasonable compliments. That's going to be more valuable. And just try it. You know, one of my friends who actually who told me once that the reason I became good at talking with women, because I just forgot about, like, I put the fact about like fear of failing on the side, and I just started practicing. Some girls were rejecting me in a pretty much okay manner, because you learn how to talk to them, not in a creepy way, and like pretty much starting a friendly conversation. But a lot of women were like giving him their numbers, so he started getting better and better just because of the practice. So practice changes a lot of things. Try to practice. That's a good age for it. Thanks, Max. I've been watching Diane's streams for 5 days. I think I like the way she explained the techniques of martial arts. Well, thank you, Shan. Usually I do. Usually I try to stick more to the trainings and explaining those kind of things and sharing my personal experience as well. Today, though, it is a completely different topic, but it's not very far from the entire thing. You know, you need your mental health to be at a good point, to be able to do martial arts, to be able to be a functional member of society, and be able to build relationships successfully, and, you know, pretty much everything in your life. Okay, Jonathan says, I'm deaf on one ear from blunt force, and I have tinnitus too. Lose the victim mentality. Good. I mean, again, I'm sorry that there are certain things, I mean, health issues are not fun, but if you can't change it, don't fall into victim mentality. I absolutely agree. Just learn how to deal with it, learn how to make it better. You know, if there is ways how to make it better, do that, and focus on your life. Keep thriving. Okay, guys, I'll get straw and come back in a second. Sorry, excuse me. Can I have a straw? Like, straw. Okay. Thank you. All right, back. Raptor Shan, that's awesome. Yeah, she's good at explaining techniques and demonstrations. Thank you, I appreciate it. Trying to get better, always learning myself. I saw many shorts. Thank you, guys. I mean, a lot of love to you, a lot of appreciation to all the positive words. And I'm just going to keep scrolling, because if I don't want to miss any other questions, especially for the new members who are on the stream now. Matt says, I use Chronometer app too. I like it better than my FitnessPal. Yeah, my FitnessPal is also okay, but Chronometer is a very good one. Okay, Andrew says, I cannot forget the girl who I loved after 7 years now. You're too much focused on someone else, and maybe that comes from the childhood, and maybe you have very, like, I understand there's like a lot of memories and stories, and maybe there's something that else, like you never experienced anything else like that, but start building things that you experience way more, like way better things in your life. Start creating those situations and focus on yourself. Accept the reality that if it's like 7 years now and like you're not together, and that's not never going to happen, just accept the reality, move on. You don't have a choice, but you have a chance to create a better life for yourself anyways. So decide whether you wanted to lose something or not. Sometimes it just happens and we have to accept it, but we always have a chance and potential to build our lives better. So it's hard, but I would suggest you to do that. I have exercise equipment, can do lat pull, bench press, till pulls, triples, leg press, leg extensions, curl, squats, and climb bench press. I also have a pull-up bar and more. Just need a routine. As I said, you can look up to just the classic, use AI for those kind of things. Artificial intelligence really helps with finding the good materials as well. Select the ones you can literally put a request what you want to do, how you want your program to look, and take a simple program and just follow it. It doesn't have to be fancy. The best programs are quite simple, okay? So just try to select one, try to use the artificial intelligence and see if you're gonna like it, the results of it, and start working on one program. You can stick to it, let's say a couple months, 3 months, see the results. Then you can upgrade the program and move on. As I said, if your goal is growing muscle, hypertrophy, you need to stick around the repetitions. Sets should be like 3, 4, 5, depends on you. Let's take 4 as an average. 4 sets per exercise. Get a couple exercises. I think Pavel Tatsulin was saying that you don't need much exercises. You don't need to make your workout way too saturated. Okay, stick to the repetitions between 6, 8. If you really want to do hypertrophy, I would say 8 to 12, 15, and you need to reach the muscle failure. Do it in a safe environment. There are certain exercises like a bench press or the squats that if you go that heavy and you want to get muscle failure, you need an assistant, so don't do that alone. Be careful and consider the safety measurements. If you want to do strengths, you need to go lower than 5 repetitions and you have to rest longer. I like to use grease the glue approach, which is for that you don't even need to do one single training, you just do it throughout the day. I use it for pull-ups. I started using it for dips as well. Okay, we'll keep going. Chan said, then I'm training shadow boxing and with light back, basically 1, 2, 3 combos. I just do until I get tired. Is there any fixed times limits for each round for shadow boxing and light back boxing? Well, just take a classic round. So the classic boxing round time is 3 minutes for men, both amateur and pro boxing. It's just the round amounts are changing, but whatever amount of rounds you want to do, just take classic 3 minutes. You can do 2 minutes if you want, but I would stick to 3 minutes. As a woman, even though female rounds are 2 minutes, I still do 3 minutes for training. Keep scrolling down. Max says, please like and subscribe. Well, I appreciate it when someone else says that. As I say, if you're willing to, check my channel. If you're gonna like it, I would appreciate subscriptions and likes, absolutely. Okay, Irakli says, I'm in a deep cave at this stage of my life and listening to your speech is helping out. Generally speaking, a healthy feminine energy is crucial for a man and feels like you're radiated. Thank you very much, Irakli. I would love to respond in Georgian. I just want others to hear the answer too, so I'll say it in English. Since you speak a good English, I can see that. A healthy, masculine, strong, but also not at its best. Like when I met my husband, he was still in the fight and flight mode, so he was more aggressive, in an aggressive state. Not towards me and nothing like that, but like he was more exposing, more reactive to things. When I met him, I was very masculine, not forcefully. I think I always had the feminine traits, and I would tend to get feminine if I liked, someone. If I had with the man in a relationship, I tend to become feminine. But because most of my life I had to take care of my family, financially help them, and actually support my family. Kind of get this role of. I wouldn't say ahead of the family, but I got independence in my family that, okay, I can do whatever I want, but I was very responsible. I never embarrassed my family, always took care, never created a financial issue for my family that they had to solve for me. I was the one who was solving the problems. So in that state, I acquired a lot of masculine traits, and I'm glad that I did, because those are the skills that it's just essential to be resilient and survive. When I met my husband, and when we healed, he uncovered more of the feminine energy in me, and I calmed him down with that feminine energy, the way you were saying, and that's crucial for men as well. This is how it just became exponential. My femininity, my nurturing, my maybe even a little bit of motherhood. I'm not a mother yet, but like a motherhood energy of wanting to care about people, give them advice, give them some wisdom that I might learned in my life myself. I started expressing that more and more, not only within a relationship but outwardly. Interesting experience that I had before coming to Vietnam. I got an offer to do training with in the rehab, the substance rehab, where people with the substance abuse were a very good rehab program and a facility, not like a classic one where just getting medicated, but actually working psychologically, building their sense of responsibility, giving them tasks and duties, and creating a community. Mostly were men, not mostly, there were men, starting from like a 20 years old, ending to like a different generation, like 40, 50 years old. And the owner of that rehab, they trained with me on the group session in the gym where I was helping. Also, before coming to Vietnam, my friends opened the gym, and they asked me to help them before I would leave. So they gave me an offer, and I remember when I came there, first thing when I saw the environment, that was an environment of men who were at their weakest time. But they were also ready. They were willing to change their life, do something for that. But it's a hard process. So when I came there, I didn't want to boss them around or something, because they would say, "Oh, who's that bitch? Like, fuck her." So I was thinking how to help them to unlock their masculinity, get their masculinity back, like literally build the training where they enjoy the process, enjoy my company, but also listen to me and actually, follow the pointers, So I was always dressing a certain way, I would dress like a guy, like I would do in the boxing, I would dress up like with the oversized t-shirt, I was acting like their friend, and having fun, but also I would be, nurturing, if someone was not as a very good level, I would still encourage them. I would let them rest if they needed, there was no pressure because everyone had a different level. But also I teach them boxing. I remember first time I showed them boxing and kickboxing combo, because there was one boxing bag, and we would do like a lap training, like a circuit training, and one of the stage would be boxing, rather a laying back or like just a speed up boxing, because I know how it helps to release the anger and emotions in general. And they were like shocked. They were like, "Oh my God, you're like good." And one day we just they were like, "Can you teach us? Like, can you look at my technique?" So they were like a little children who were like lacking of that feminine nurturing energy, but also the one that willing to teach them things. So I didn't have to boss them. I didn't have to be mean to them or strict. I just gained I guess I gained their respect and authority through being kind to them and really genuinely showing that I care for them and I'm willing to help them and I want them to get at the better stage of life. And they were like, all of them were telling me that, yeah, when you leave, we don't want you to leave, but we promise we're going to keep training. And some of these guys were more like a leader mentality. I saw that some of them were naturally good leaders, and they would train apart my trainings when I was doing 2 times per week. And before leaving, I gave them I just asked them a favor to help others and help new people. And I'm still in touch with the management of this facility, and they're they would love to have me back, because those people still asking about me. Those guys still asking about me, how I'm doing, and And it is priceless. The reason I'm saying that, this is when I understood and realized the real power of feminine energy. It is healing, it is strengthening and uncovering the true masculine energy and true masculine potential, and it is all about building, not destroying, and healing and nurturing and creating something beautiful. So I really started embracing more of my feminine energy, feminine power, with some acquired masculine traits and some resilience and that things I've been through, and putting that into quite a stoic mentality together. But men should have a dominating masculine energy, a healthy one, and women should go towards a healthy feminine energy. And as I like to say, yin-yang principle is very good analogy. Both are equally important. Both are opposite of each other, but both have a drop of. So they have something that they have common, and it creates the whole unity. It was a little bit long response, but I really wanted to share that story with you guys. Okay, I'm all good. Thank you guys. Hello to everyone. I'm just scrolling all the way down. Okay. How to increase metabolism? Start doing resistance training. Get the good sleep and get the good nutrition, and your metabolism, with the increased muscle mass, your metabolism gonna get improved in general. I watch your shorts, Beats. I love them. Number one, you drew Mirab. I respect this kindness. Great fighter. Omar, humble as well. I cannot choose, but Georgia, I build differently. You're as well. I'm gonna do MMA. Can't wait. Well, good for you. I mean, I'm glad if you got motivated, and I'm happy to see that Georgia, a lot of people, more Georgians represent Georgia, and that is obvious. We Georgians are proud of that. Juan says, my ex was tough chick, deeply hurt inside, but resolved and assertive, even a little aggressive sometimes. She also practiced martial arts for a while. I can't avoid remembering her, but it's useful. Well, I mean, good for her. She was resilient, but I think aggression, I pointed out before, anger is one of the destroyer of all the relationships. So if a person struggles to control their anger and aggressiveness, they should really take care of it. Unfortunately, it is in males. The society tries to suppress it, and obviously we don't want men to be violent and to commit crimes and stuff. But at the same time, in the women, it seems, in social medias at least, it seems to be encouraged to be aggressive. But I completely disagree with that. You can stand your boundaries. You can speak up your mind. You can stand up for yourself without aggression. I truly believe that. Shan, when I was in gym, most people already have muscles, and I am a beginner. I feel slightly low confidence doing workouts around those muscle people. Any advice for getting confidence around them? Well, as I said, try to look for the ones who are good ones. If you see that they're nice, and you can approach them, say hi, ask them, you are in a good shape, you're doing well. I also want to get that point. Maybe you have any tips. You will see if they respond to you. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to help you. And a lot of people in those communities, they are actually like that. They're willing to help you, give you tips. Do it. Absolutely do it. And yeah, try to not think about it. You have your own journey. You have your own path. And I think the good people, they're going to look at you and they're going to be, good job, guy. Especially seeing you there consistently, seeing that you're trying to build yourself up, like you're consistent, you're really pursuing it. You're not gonna get judgment, and if you get some judgment from someone, fuck them. You're doing something great for yourself. So always remember that and ignore some negativity. I'm going all the way down, guys. Again, thank you for all the good comments, interactions, and chats. Just try trying to find certain topics, certain questions and stuff. I know Mirab and Tupuria. I mean, I know they're Georgians, of course. Okay, I'm all the way up to the top now. Anatomy guy says, just confidence. Every muscle guy in the gym was skinny or fat at the beginning, just the process. Yes, also remember that everyone starts from somewhere. No one is born jacked and top tier. People who are there, they worked for it. Top 3 boxers of all time, Tyson first for me, Roy Jones Jr., and I guess third Ali because he was revolutionary. But there are way more. There are so many great boxers. Even new generation, like now I'm watching Gervonta Davis is crazy. Like others, I really like Isaac Cruz and generally Mexican boxers. I like their style of resilience. I forgot the name of the guy. The one who had the draw with Gervonta just recently, he's the very good equipped boxers. Ukrainians are good boxers like Triple G, Lomachenko, Usyk. There's so many of them. So I just told you like 3 of my favorite ones. Who's your favorite UFC fighter? I would say Valentina Shevchenko, and I really like the Rose Namajunas. Amanda Nunes is also great. So, and I like Kyla. Like she's great. She's doing very well, and I hope they're probably gonna have a fight with Amanda. So I would really watch that fight. Nice advice, Diana. Thank you for that. Absolutely, my pleasure. Okay. Max, thank you for moderating. Mike Tyson was such a phenomenon. Sucks what happened to him was the partying and the allegations. No, I'm glad that he kind of went through that. I was really happy to see him at his 60 years old. Like Jake Paul fight and stuff, that all was bullshit though. I was happy to see him quite healthy and still fast and dangerous at that age. But after I guess after Castamato passed away, this is where it started getting off for Mike, and I believe he lived longer, and if he was present for a longer time, that it would be even better for Mike. Mike Tyson was overrated. Mighty Mouse will play with his soul. Like you're talking about, Demetrius Johnson is great, but they're like on the different sides of the weights, like classes. And Mike Tyson absolutely is not overrated. There is not a single person who did the peekaboo style as much as he did, like Castamato style. That clearly. Maybe that's a one-directional style, but it was the way he executed it that was phenomenal. I would say Gervonta Davis in his class, he has a lot of Mayweather influence, like he does Philly shells, and he's very good at the fast style. But I would say in the modern boxing, Gervonta Davis is the one who is also close with the Tyson's type of explosivity, I would say. Hi, sir, from England. Hi, guys. So I'm now taking more time to respond to questions and stuff, but topic is about relationships, community building, and socialization. So feel free to share your experiences. Feel free to ask the questions. Joe says, I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, training and learning kickboxing actually decreased my anger. Control over your anger during escalating situations honestly is the biggest superpower one can possess. Listen to this guy. He's absolutely right. That's a very good point. Yeah, apparently a lot of people don't think that Tyson was overrated. Hi from Nigeria. Hi. why every Georgian ending name was Vili, Shvili, not Vili. Shvili is a child. So basically, I guess back then it would be like someone's child. My surname is Kvinikadze, and Ze is actually a son in Georgian. So even though it doesn't really make sense now, but it's kind of like this is how where surnames were created and then they're modified. And for example, there is a surname actually Merabishvili. So Merab's name, like the name, Merabishvili. And that surname probably came from somewhere when someone was a Merab's son or daughter, and this is how the surname developed. So Topuria he's from Megrelia. So in that region, it ends on Ia. So Topuria, Jvania, Kvaratskhelia, like football player. So Ia doesn't really mean anything, it's just the ending. So yeah, there are different surnames from different regions. Okay, we'll keep going. And keep going down, keep scrolling down, guys. Mike Tyson needed to dominate the peekaboo because it was his only chance to fight to defeat the other boxers in his weight class. He was smaller than them. So yeah, exactly. And that's why I think his style is revolutionary, because it actually gave a blueprint for shorter boxers to, at least like if not the full peekaboo, at least the certain elements of the peekaboo that boxers started using that are great. I actually rewatched the Isaac Cruz and the Angel Piero fight. And the second fight is just going to be in a few days actually. And the first fight, you can see a major height difference and how Isaac throws the crazy punches and the speed and explosivity and like just boom. So yeah, I think the Tyson's era, he built that, he made it revolutionary. Scrolling down. Our whole village is watching your stream on the big screen right now, and we are more than 9,000 people. Oh, hi to all of you. That's a good joke, but if it's not a joke, I mean, it's still great. Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson are the greatest peekaboo boxers. But I think Kazdemaro was saying by himself that Tyson was like the ideal product, like ideal creation of that style. I'll read about my country, Oman. I know about your country. At least I know what is the country itself. Okay, keep going, scrolling down. There's a lot of discussions about Tyson, and I can see that most of people acknowledge his superiority in the era. Okay, I've been dating someone on the Snap, planning to meet her after success in fighting war soon, but she went to therapy after trying to overdose, and she's been gone for almost 3 months. That doesn't sound like a good situation, and as much I believe it's good to help people and help them to come out, but if you're at a good place in your life and you're trying to build up something, still live a healthy life, that is not the best idea to try to date someone who is literally hooked on drugs and have a partying life and stuff like that. It just doesn't really match your lifestyle, and that's always going to pull you backwards. So you might like someone, you might feel chemistry, but really look at their lifestyle and look how much your lifestyles are matching within each other. Levely asked, what are your red flags about partner for both male and female? I want to say that some of the red flags, basically it's just some cons. Like, I don't really like that wording, red flag. Neither of us is perfect, and we definitely have some issues, some insecurities, some traumas that we might imprint and we might show a lot in our relationships. but there's some that you can work through together if you're both of you willing to get better. And in my experience, that was the case. There are a lot of things I worked through in the relationship, and that's the things that Chris pointed out. A lot of things that I pointed out, and we worked together and we helped each other on that journey. So my point is that a red flag or some cons are not the thing to give up on a person necessarily. Okay, but there are certain things that are definitely like a no deal for me. I would say both men and women is. I would say people who are not incapable of creating, connecting, and really be family-oriented and creating a relationship, and they're just like all over the place, do this and that. They're not exactly, don't know what they want in their life, but they're like looking for something or waiting for something. This is like that's not the person I would start a relationship with at all. I really like people who are. That might sound arrogant, but I really don't like stupid people. And when I say stupid people, we all might we all can do some stupid things sometimes. Okay, we're learning. But when I say stupid people, like really stupid people, meaning that those people actually think that they're smartest, they think they're good enough. And when there is something that you try to communicate with them and set your boundaries, explain to them that there are certain things that, or even give them advice for their own sake, they're like, no, who the fuck are you? I'm like, you have to accept me the way you are. Those kind of people. So no, that's also a deal breaker. So I guess there are certain things that if a person is not willing to really transform and compromise and try to listen to you, like lack of those qualities, I think is the no deal for me. What's your favorite hobby outside martial arts and exercise? Drawing, painting, and like singing. I would say I'm quite, and I love wood carving, like just small carving with knives. I love doing that when I have a chance. And basically, yeah, doing some art and creating some things. I'm quite good at those things. For the last 4 days, even though I do beginning level training, I feel much more increase in confidence. Shan, good for you, and please just keep going. Keep going, and you will see where you will end up. Kay just says, being open about insecurities between you and Chris and how you guys fixed it is a woman. There is such a thing as we're talking about self-work, for growing on your own, developing on your own, which is obviously it's the first thing you should start from. But then when you're willing to start a relationship with someone, there is this thing that's called growing together in the relationship. You should aim for a relationship that actually help you to get better version of yourself and help your spouse to get better version of yourself, a better version of themselves. Same in the friendship. I believe that the same thing goes for the friendships as well. People are always about nearby pleasures. Yes, that's a common thing. Short-term excitement, basically almost being like an addiction, emotional addiction. Dopamine spikes. There are certain chemical processes that happen actually, and there are certain people who have that kind of lifestyle actually have a certain brain chemistry in place. So that brain chemistry needs to be changed and moderated through a physical and behavioral moderations and the changes. She said that she apologized for doing it before she left, but she trying to do it in a drill. But someone also said that I wouldn't be good with her because I have mental problems, but I'm tamed now. Again, if you have mental problems, do you want someone who's gonna add to those mental problems? I just mentioned recently, you want to try to focus on yourself first. Try to get yourself to the level of conscientiousness that you actually can control your shit more or less, your emotions and stuff. And then try to find a person who you potentially gonna keep getting better with together, not the opposite. Okay, we keep scrolling down. Some people acknowledge that they are unable to get involved in a serious relationship because they recognize that they must work on themselves rather than running away from it by getting a partner. That is a good point, and I think it's the acknowledgement is one of the first steps and the most major things to do before changing and start acting according to your plan. A quick question: is Georgians among the Balkans? Just asking. No, it's in the Caucasus. It's the other side of the Black Sea. Like it is the west coast, and it is bordering with Russia on the north and Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Armenia on the south. So it's literally called Caucasus region because there are Caucasus mountains in that region. I'm from Georgia. Some people recognize their flaws and are willing to work on them instead of getting involved with someone else and hurting that person because of their unresolved issues. I think that's important. Well, that's called responsibility, taking responsibility for your actions, for your life, but also being aware that you might not be ready for certain things yet. And that is very good. It's good. You spare yourself and others from unnecessary negative experiences. Do you think there is an optimal age to settle down for marriage, or is it different for everyone and it doesn't matter? Both yes and no. From one point, yes, it's individual. I know people who married very late. I know people married early and did it successfully. But generally, I believe for women it's a little bit younger age because it's like a fertility time when they can have kids, and like for women it's like it's a little bit earlier time. For men, it is, I believe, a little bit later time, and it's about building a certain level of a certain level of physical, psychological, and financial situation for themselves, so they're able to provide, protect, and find a good woman. And for women, as I said, in younger years, not younger, I'm not talking about very young age, but between 18 till 30, like that's the time where women have pretty much more options, and they can really choose a good person because they have an option and options. And it's kind of like, as I said, it's an average situation. Though, as I said, it's individual. I know personal people who are high school sweethearts. They're 10 years, they're still together, and they're like happily. They have kids, they have married, and they build themselves up together. Couples, when they meet in the later stage of their life, and at that stage, it's important, and both of them are pretty much adults. They step in their adulthood and are able to take responsibility to be able to make the relationships work. And as I said, in general, it's all about the intention. If you just talk about, oh, we'll see how I feel or how we feel, and this is how we're going to create a long-term relationship, that's already sets you up for a failure. But if you're aiming for, okay, I'm ready to have kids, I'm ready to have a husband or wife and relationship, and I'm going to do whatever needs to be done for that, that's going to give you a better success for sure. Also, guys, everything I say, I'm sharing my opinion and my experience, and some of the things I read about, and there are certain statistics about things, but it's more about the conversation. I'm not like preaching to you to do certain things. It's just you asking me questions about my opinion, basically, and I respond to you. Speak Georgian. გამარჯობა, როგორ ხარ? იმედია ყველაფერი კარგად გაქვთ. I said hello, how are you? And I hope everything is good on your side, guys. Are there any crazy stories you have heard about American dating relationships? Yes, I've heard. I watched some of the whole mass thing, and like the thing is, he's a very smart guy, but also it's funny, and he always takes those like TikTok videos, basically women who are in social media and openly sharing their well, some of them share valid points, some of them literally sharing their delusions, and he's literally giving a structure in it that how it whether it works or not. So yes, I heard about dating in US. Max says, hey everyone, if you have a question, ask whatever you want, just keep it respectful, please. Thank you so much, Retta Diary says, if she gets out of therapy, if she's still the same way, I'm gonna break up with her. I don't know about this because I said that we'll be by her side until I die. I'm just, yeah, please avoid giving those kind of promises unless you're already having a husband and wife, you have kids, and really committed to yourself to be together until you die through the hardships. Like, don't do that in the beginning stage of relationships, especially if it's like so much of the oxytocin promoted. Oxytocin is a bonding hormone. This is basically how we feel love and attachment. So when the people have a lot of passion in the beginning, the oxytocin period lasts and gradually fades. Average time is like a year and a half, and unfortunately there's enough timing to already make a baby sometimes, and and then people like kind of get over through that period, and they're like, oh shit, what have I done? And they're already a child in place, and it's a responsibility, and it's not an easy thing to deal with. So be very aware of those things, guys. Where I'm from, and this MMA thing is very foreign, and practicing on my own, there is not any MMA gym here, not any certified coaches. Does one really need a coach to start MMA? Feels lost sometimes. Well, sorry, where are you from? Like there should be something. If there is no MMA, there should be boxing gym or just a wrestling gym, something like that. Try to look for that, or try to find a certain enthusiasts who are also practicing, so that you can try to practice together. Thank you very much, guys. I read all the positive comments too. Just I'm not reading out loud everything. How to lose weight with boxing? Will it increase my testosterone and libido? Well, any type of resistance training, explosive type of training, muscle that promotes muscle fiber development and growth. Yes, absolutely, it can increase your testosterone levels. I would do boxing and also add resistance training. And you're gonna lose weight for sure because you're gonna burn a lot of calories, but only if you're gonna end up in the calorie deficit. So if you want really control your calorie intake, but also make sure that you get enough nutrition, get a calorie tracking app. Try Chronometer, the one I'm using. It's a good one. And you have in the free version, you have it gives you an deeper insights and a breakdown on the macros and micronutrients, actually the things that you need. But also it's going to help you to control your calorie intake. So if you want to lose weight, you need to be in the deficit. And obviously with the training, you're going to increase your calorie expenditure. Absolutely. Thank you guys for everything, for all your kind words. Juan says, your statements are clever. I also think some couples are not ready to get married, and if they don't, so it would be a mistake, whether because they're too young or their bond lacks strong foundations. Absolutely. their bond lacks strong foundation. That is a very good wording, guys. And those foundations is a core values, same core intentions. That's also important. Intentions and goals have to be pretty much on the same line. Obviously, certain personality traits that pretty much are getting aligning together. Also, being able to become best friends. My husband, like the best thing that he said about me once in the public that like literally made me want to cry was when he all of a sudden in front of his like guys and like I'm kind of like guys accept me in their environment. So when me and my husband and he like with his friends, he also perceived me as a friend, and like we're always together pretty much. And I remember him saying literally in front of his friends that she's my best friend. He tells his friends, boyfriends, that I'm his best friend, and I never asked to do that. And I was like, I understood the core, how meaningful is our relationship. It's not only being in love thing; it's being so many things together. You're meaningful, wonderful, and beautiful, Gunnar. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Some couples think they're ready for marriage and because they've been together for years, but even if they think they know each other very well, they're not ready to live and struggle together. As I said, core values, core intentions, and traits of personalities to, kind of aligning together with each other, being actually best friends, and really love to be around each other. And I would say, just decide that you don't want to break up. You don't split up. Whatever shit happens, you just have the things that you decide to work through those things. Because a lot of people said the certain things that, if you did this, I'm going to break up with you. That's already an ultimatum. That's already, you make a basically loophole for a relationship to fall. And imagine building a great relationship and there's some nonsense just because it's your ego telling you that. Yeah, that's why I think that should be a very strong will to set certain rules and not setting ultimatums, but negotiate and communicate with each other on the earlier stages of the thing of your relationship to what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what is things that you both of sides shouldn't cross the line on, and how to respect each other, how to trust and be loyal to each other, and how to work out certain details of the relationship. Establish that in the beginning, but also throughout the relationship, be ready to keep communicating, keep changing things, because imagine being 40, 50 years together with someone. It's not going to be the same. You will need to be able to adapt to the circumstances, to the age, to the different changes, even biological changes in the both of you. So building that strong skill of communicating and pushing, making through the solutions, finding solutions together through whatever struggle you face, that's going to make you strong. And I think that creates the strongest foundation for a forever relationship. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, I'm all the way down. Babaltia says, hey, today's my brother's birthday. His name is Nick Gers. Can you wish him? Okay, Nick Gers, happy birthday from Vietnam, from Georgian. I wish you all the best. Today's stream's topic is relationships and community and socializing. So I wish you great community around you, great friends, having a good and solid relationship with the people you love, and be happy and thriving in your life. And obviously, good health and all of that. I wish you all the best. For me, I think married partner is a romantic, familiar, and platonic relationship all at the same time. It's very special. As I said, I would that really be like a buddies and being able to joke around and tease each other and really, really, really be best friends, and also a family. My husband, even though it's been 3 years, to me he is a family. He's not just my partner or my, just a spouse. He's my family. Your arms look very strong. Well, they're okay. Okay, it's Max says that one, the birthday one, was a troll. But okay, thank you for telling me. Though it's fine. Battles of egos can be deadly. Listen to that, guys. To any relationship, it's normal that partners fight each other for sure, but being willing to not to give up the bond in the face of adversity, as you said, is crucial. Yes, and even when it comes to fighting, I think even that is crucial, because fighting on itself can create the foundation for essentially just being tired of it and, changing your opinion and the whole perspective about that one relationship. Me and my husband refuse to have fights. We'll learn how to avoid fights, but we'll also learn how to communicate those issues that usually lead to the fights in the other people, meaning it's just the emotional. Why we fight with our spouse? Because we get irritated on them for whatever, sometimes completely independent reason. We get, we feel unheard or misunderstood or disrespected or whatever, But that's the thing, instead of fighting those things, we'll learn how to kind of stop that tension, kind of, put it aside, sit down and talk about it. And we don't have much fights at all. I will add one more thing, because peace, at the end of the day, that's what we want in a relationship. Everyone, we want peace. It shouldn't be boring. It's good to make it exciting and interesting, but there are many other ways how to do it. When it comes to the fighting and creating all the drama, it is toxic. We want peace. What's your favorite MMA move in all of the MMA? There are many very cool moves. I mean, depends. It's a kick, a punch, or a submission, or the combination. I like spinning back kick. I think they're very cool, and it's very effective whenever fighters use it. It's not that common, and it's usually not expected. And I think that's the one that came to my mind now. Overhead hook is cool one too. Okay, we'll keep going down. I'm all the way down to the top now. What do you think about the UFC mega card at the White House? They're saying they will see John Jones, Conor McGregor, Max, and many more in the same card. They're gonna try to make hype. They're gonna try to make a lot of money, and possibly. I'm not sure about the quality though. When it comes to John Jones, I mean, I think he might come back strong again. I'm not sure about McGregor. He's being off the fighting scene for so long. I'm not sure about his preparation. How long have you been training MMA? I'm not training MMA necessarily. I've been practicing with other people and, just within the community, I did some MMA sparrings, but just the friendly ones and just the light ones, and some kickboxing and BJJ and wrestling and Muay Thai. I did all of that. But my major direction is boxing. The boxing, this is where I have the most experience. What about Ronda Rousey? Well, she was an inspiration for sure for me, like many, many years ago, in the very beginning. Though it's just, a better female, more equipped female fighters came on the board, and female fighting and female martial arts are evolving too. So that's my answer. But yeah, guys, as I said, topic is still majorly about relationships, community, and social skills and socialization. Those are essentials, very, very, very important. I would say martial arts training and just practicing sports, very helpful. It is very helpful to, I think, build the confidence, build the interest, build certain things that you can talk to people about. You have more confidence to approach them. So I definitely think that training and bettering yourself helps further down the line in the relationships. That's a mature approach. Maturity might be the most important element for building a serious relationship, especially marriage. Deficient communication is a common reason why relationships don't last. Yes, I guess that's the word, maturity. You have to be at a certain level of the maturity to be able to create and sustain a committed long-term relationship. Keijo says, I think people should train MMA not for tournaments, not even for safety, but for mindset. It literally helped me set my mindset straight and regulate me to hit the brake during escalating times. Absolutely agree with you. Yeah, that's a very good point, and I believe that you're not the only one. I can relate to that, and many people do also. Relationship, most people just lost trust to everyone nowadays, me included. Unfortunately, yes, there is an environment promoting the situation is that it's hard to trust people, but there's still the ways. This is the reason why a lot of people travel to other parts of the world where times are a little bit behind, if you know what I mean. If they're where the family value is still there, it might not be perfect there, but there's still certain values that are essential for society. I believe we need to evolve as a society. We cannot go back in times and just make it the same as it was 100 years ago. Absolutely, it's just not going to work that way. But there are certain values that we have to bring up back, because those are the core of the humanity and the evolution, which is the family and tribe. The tribal mentality is there. That is the thing that helped us to survive and evolve. So we need to put the family values. We need to create the family and communities, bring back those communities, neighborhoods, people, not only family as a single unit, but like families, creating the community, letting their kids interact, learn different skills from, different families in the community. And but also put it in a modern context. I mean, for example, in Georgia, what I found being a problem to me, I noticed that girls and boys are raised differently. For boys, they can do everything, they can pursue sports, they just boy is a boy, and the families want boys as to prolong their name of the family and the clan and stuff like that. Whether the girl is, I would hear a lot, not towards me, my family was slightly different, but I heard a lot of girls being, don't climb on the tree, you're a girl, what you're doing, don't do this, don't do that. And as a result, I can see that in Georgia, women are not exercising, women are not training, they're not skilled compared to men, guys who just been playing basically football and this and that. There are this handful of girls whose families let them do that help them to be raised in that environment. But like collectively, it still created an issue where it's actually women having a problem with health. Because if you're not training, if you're not developing skills, if you're not developing muscle mass, it is detrimental to your health. And I believe that in society we need both strong men and women, physically and mentally, to create a strong and thriving society. So we wouldn't put women like in the Victorian era where we would want them to be pale and get poisoned with the makeup at the time and literally be sick dolls anymore, right? We know that the science is clear about those things now. We are evolving and we understand that kids, both girls and boys, need to be raised in a certain environment where both of them are physically training, equipped, they actually, very good example, I'll tell you. Me and my increases friend, Mo from Kuwait, we're actually going to visit him fairly soon after Vietnam. He's like a Red Bull athlete, like in the motocross. So basically, he drives motorcycles in the deserts and competing and teaching others, and like he has the whole community there. And he has like his wife is cool, they're like a quite modern, very good couple. They have 4 kids, and one of them are girls, like youngest one, or I think she's the third oldest. It's a girl. And even though he said that he wouldn't want her to go pursue it professionally, he taught her together with the boys how to drive motorcycles. And she was even on this banner in the Kuwait about like that she's like first girl of the 9 years old doing the motocross. And that's the thing. Even though he, as the father, he's more concerned about her as the daughter, his princess, he still taught her equal, the same as the boys, and he didn't put her aside. That's the thing. When we have kids, and if it's both boys and girls or boys and girl and like whoever, I would personally teach boxing, all of that. And I wouldn't force them to go professionally unless they actually want to and will set it as their goal. But I would teach them all equally because I want them to be confident and thriving and being able to defend themselves if needed, and being able to regulate their emotions from the very childhood. So those are things we don't want to get back in times. We want to keep evolving, but we need to keep our family ground values there. We need families. Community is essential for the human experience. It gives you a sense of purpose and duty amongst others. Yes, and we need to be needed. We want to be useful. That is imprinted in our genetics and biology. What is the concept of this channel? Well, it's about training, sharing my training and sprinting, and someone's having a good time over there. Anyway, sprinting and boxing, and now I started more live streaming, so I don't do only training part. And like today now, for example, we're talking about mental health, and the main topics is community, social experiences, social communications and relationships, and the importance of all of those. Why do people hate trash talking? God, Muhammad Ali started it. I don't hate trash talking, though I prefer, I like stoic fighters. Or just, they don't say words, they just execute. That's what I like. But yeah, the trash talking is part of the show, especially if you act on it and if they execute it. No, I'm Georgian. Americans have made dating and relationships too political and controversial to talk about. I guess so. And yeah, making everything a problem out of everything is already a problem by its definition. So yeah, it's not the best thing to do. I'm thinking, is it too loud here or something? Because I could move inside of the, like there is like a workspace. So let me know if it's too loud. I mean, guys are having fun, so I'm not gonna try to tell them or anything. But if it's too loud, I will move to another space inside here. I never had a relationship. I cheated 4 times on her, but technically flirting actually. But it was because when I delete said she will find partner 98 in mental hospital. I believe this. And then again, that sounds a little bit off. I mean, yeah, just I think you need to focus on yourself. There are certain things you need to work through, but also she needs to work through a lot of things as well. And it just like you both, that sounds like a trauma bonding and a lot of toxic stuff that doesn't benefit neither of you. Jake, is intimacy very important in a relationship? What do you think? How much is good to keep the relationship going? Yeah, intimacy is the important part, but it starts getting less and less important in the older age. In the older age, I think some other aspects of the relationship come up more. But yes, I believe you need to. You couldn't just keep saying no and kind of pushing your partner away and then expect them to be loyal to you or something. I think part of the communication needs to work those things out too. And you want to make it complete monogamy, good for you, good for society as well. And usually people with the religion background and a certain values have more tendency to do that. You want to do something else, but you are open with and you want to experience things together, go for you, as long as you make it work. I believe that that is a significant topic for the communication between relationships. It's one of the hard topics. Might not be pleasant, but this is the key aspect of it. You need to learn how to communicate hard stuff as well. I think maturity consists of developing self-awareness and effective coping mechanisms to deal with one's own flaws. Everyone has personal things to deal with, but the key is to learn how to manage it. Yes. And in the relationships, you learn how to help each other with those things, but also without disabling each other. It's still, you need to try to have a self-identity relationship. You might evolve and grow within a relationship, but you still you remain responsible for your own actions. You cannot blame it on partner constantly, right? But also from the other side, as a partners in a good that's one of the points of relationship. You actually help each other with things. არ ვიცი, თბილისი არც ისე პატარაა, მაგრამ ალბათ ოდესმე სადმე გადავიკვირდებით. It might be mistaken or you might have a different view. I'm just speculating, speaking my mind from my personal stance. I have many things to work with on my own, so I prefer to ride alone. I absolutely don't disagree with it. There is such a thing as the lonely stage, on lonely phase. And sometimes we go through that and sometimes it's essential. The point is, don't kind of get stuck in that stage too. I believe that you shouldn't get stuck in certain stages, because do you want to be alone your entire life and die alone and leave no legacy, no kids, no nothing? Or maybe it's not even your view. I'm not saying, some people just want to live for themselves and travel and experience things like that. Good for them. But that shouldn't be a majority of people, because that's actually going to create a society collapse. Are you Italian? No, I'm Georgian. Thank you for all the good words and encouraging words from you guys. I personally think it doesn't matter whether you teach your kid fixing car or teaching them fishing. It is the time you spend with them and that they ask for, and they will forever live in their heart. Absolutely agree. And you cannot teach anything your kids. You can only show the example. they're always gonna, like, if you smoke and you tell them don't smoke, they're gonna smoke, or unless they decide not to. But you always increase the chance. Whether when you don't smoke and you just give them an example and you don't say anything, they're just gonna pretty much take it from you, especially in the earlier stage of their life. They're gonna basically mirror you. I'm feeling happy for the lads at the back having a blast. Good job, guys. Yeah, they're like they're enjoying their time, and absolutely, it's good. We should laugh more. We should. This is socializing, by the way. Yeah, this is a good example of socializing and having fun, and having their own community. You say it's fine, yeah, the sound. Okay, so I'm gonna stay here. Mike Tyson was a trash talker too, and also very conflictive man outside of the ring. Yeah, especially when he had an issues. You guys might remember the press conference he had before. Yeah, fighting Lennox Lewis. It was hilarious, disaster. Well, when he also the thing like when he beat off the ear of the Holyfield. That was interesting fact actually. So when that happened, I think one company, relatively smaller one, if I'm not mistaken, started made a patent on the chocolate, ear-shaped chocolate. Well, it's like a beaten part, and they just started selling it and made a huge tons of money within the weeks because of that event. That was very smart. So I don't remember if you know the name of the company, if you know that story a little bit better, please share it. The background isn't that loud at all. Great, because I have a mic, so that means it's just focuses on my sound. Okay, keep scrolling down, guys. It's a good conversation, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's I think we all learn something and get some value from it. You have some very similar insight about the world, which is nice. Yeah, as I said, I think we're starting getting more into community sense here. We resonate with some things. It's okay to agree to disagree and have slightly different opinions on some things, but it's great too when you find people who you can resonate on some core values. And feel free to join Discord, guys. I have the information and the link in the links on my YouTube bio. And just go ahead and join Discord. Tapuria said learn martial arts separately. Take boxing classes, wrestling classes, BJJ classes, and then combine them in the training camp. Thoughts? I agree, and I think Ilya and his team are very, very smart. His brother also, who is one of his primary coaches, is also very smart. So that's a very methodical way to do it. He has a clear goal, and that is a good way how to get to that goal. How do you make money on this? Do people just donate to you? I'm not. I think they're playing some board game or something. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get to be able to apply for monetization soon because since I started streaming, there've been quite a lot of watch hours, and thanks to you guys, I really appreciate it. At some point, you're gonna be able to donate. Up to you. No pressure for that. And also, after when I hit 4,000 watch hours, I'm gonna get the revenue from ads as well. So it's gonna start working gradually, and as much as it's my goal to grow it and make it as the one of the revenues, basically passive source of revenues, but I want to use this platform for really have conversations like this, to be able to share my experience, to maybe even teach you some things. I'm really willing to show you other people, so I already talk with different people in the field to have an interview, like a live stream interview or a podcast, some sort of things like that, so you can get even more information and more helpful information from the other people in the field, and some of them are way more experienced than I am. and community. Build up the community. I'd rather do that slower than like a fast hype and like a cheap attention. And I rather raise that audience that are actually like-minded people like I am, and like-minded people to me and my husband. Then and do it slower. Your favorite Merab is Merab since you're Georgian. Merab, Topuria, of course, but I like Alex Pereira, GSP, and there's some other fighters I really like, due to their, in older ones, Emelianenko, very stoic. Females, Shevchenko, Namajunas. Who else I do like? I think Dricos is cool, like with his unorthodox style and his willingness. I think I like him quite a lot as well. But guys, okay, so the thing is let me check if I took the charger. Yeah, I took the charger. So I wanted to disconnect my microphone for some time, and I think I'm gonna move inside of another area to make it a little bit more silent, and so I can have a longer conversation with you guys. I don't have to do anything today. It's a Saturday. It's a completely free day, and I'm willing to have a longer chats with you today. So I'm just gonna move some stuff and just reset. Just put, just basically sit inside of the workspace. Okay, let's see. It's okay lighting. I think that should be fine. I guess that should be fine, but I need, let me see, I need the cord extender and stuff, and that seems all right. Okay, before I continue my setup, let me just read through the other stuff. Keep going down. My girlfriend gave me signs like we will cheat on that she will cheat on me if I don't give her intimacy she wants. It's quite often. Okay, I gave home tried most days from that. Okay, please give me advice. I mean, you should be able to, if you're working that much, you're working hard for the future, and she's, I don't know, she cannot hold it or communicate with you and find the ways, compromise it a little bit. I understand there are ways people have their needs and stuff, but if you're actually working hard for your family, it's like, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So, I think I'm just telling you that it's important to know that you're not doing anything wrong, and especially if you're trying to give her an attention and what she wants, but at the same time you're just getting tired of the work and 9 to 6 job. Yeah, so just try to communicate with her, but if she's gonna be all about herself and her needs, that's gonna indicate on quite a selfish personality. And with this kind of people, it's very hard to deal in the relationship because you have to give more than you should. I believe that you need to meet in the middle, both of you work towards each other, you get this compromise, you find the ways how to work things out. If one of the person in the relationships, doesn't matter if it's a man or woman, they are too much self-absorbed, they're like focused on their needs only, you're gonna, like, to maintain that relationship, you're gonna keep giving away, and essentially it's always gonna be not enough, unfortunately. I didn't know that story. I'll check it. Both Tyson and Holyfield fights were insane. In the press conference, I mentioned Tyson tried to attack Lewis, fought his bodyguards, the threat, and then journalists. Yeah, I remember those. That was crazy times, and I think it was not only like just a performance. I think he was just at not the best mental state in those periods. Let me just get the cord extender and bring some stuff here, and I'll continue reading through comments. Okay, I need like a 1 second here. We just reset it here. I think this is where I'm gonna sit. Coconut. Okay, well, let's see. I hope you see me properly. It's not the best lighting, but it should be fine. I personally think first is the best love, but if it doesn't go well, it is great if you fail and get a better person. But it's necessary to cut ties with your ex for the priority. Yeah, I mean, love is good and love is essential, but you also need to have a good ground for actually really loving each other more and more over time and not opposite. And I believe that for that, you need to really choose the partner with certain values to really be like every time realizing that, you know, you chose the right person and falling more in love more and more with them. Me and my husband love each other way more now than we did in the beginning. I can definitely tell you that. Okay, I'm trying to, 1 second, I'm trying to make this thing work. Okay. Young Bailey is pretty cool too. Oh, yeah, she's great. What do you think about the win between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev? I said that at that level of like both fighters being at that level, it's going to be a lot of depending on the psychological aspect, and whoever is going to be able to push their game in the fight, gonna win. So we'll see if Islam gets Ilia, avoids all the devastating punches and really dominates him on the ground, which is not going to be that easy because Ilia actually is a regional wrestler. Then he might win. And if Ilia gets his plan, which is basically not letting him take him down and pushing on the striking and just getting to the right distance, Ilia probably going to knock him out. So they're like a 50-50 to me. I obviously root for Topuria, but as I said, I'm going to be reasonable here, and this is my response. But okay, I need to get another one because this one doesn't want to work. Okay, let's try. This one should work. I'm disconnecting my microphone. Okay, just let me know how is the sound now. You already became my favorite when you said Rose Namajumizu among one of your favorites. Yeah, I mean, she's great. She's overall good fighter, great personality. Are you Slavic? I'm partially Slavic. I have some Slavic roots. Let's talk about ourselves in the meantime. Till she's back, it's our stage now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, keep going. I'm scrolling all the way down now. I love carpentry and furniture making. The tea table behind you does not seem reliable and will last long. Well, yeah, those maybe, but there is a lot of wood and stone in the design here, and I really do like it as well. Yeah, tell me about the sound, guys. Please let me know if it sounds well. So do you think I should break up with her if she cannot adjust in our relationship? I feel like doing that something, but I have been with her for years. What do you think I should do? I think you should communicate and set your boundaries that, I don't know, you're working for your future. You really want her to support you, and you want to really make it work, and you will have to do together. Sometimes it's a certain sacrifices in sometimes, but if you go through together, you're both going to be at the better place. But if it doesn't work for her, and if she prioritizes other things, at least it's going to become clear. You know, you're gonna hear her answer. I think that is better to communicate it that way and see what would be the conclusion than being cheated on and have that very unpleasant type of breakup. And as the man, lead. Even in that situation, even in that reality, you set that communication, you set the talk, and you make that step. Okay, and see what she says. I'm not gonna tell you to break. I'm not gonna tell anyone to do this or that. But I just give you a general, my personal assessment to the certain things. Unfortunately, when people already focus on negative and they already set their mindsets to the failure, and women tend to do that. Women tend to start thinking about that they deserve better, that they can get something better, and they still have you in the back pocket. Unfortunately, a lot of women do that, and it's not a good place to be. I really respect women who are who are finishing relationship by talking, literally telling you straight away, you know what, it doesn't work for me, for whatever reason, if it's selfish or not. I respect this women more than women who keep you in the back pocket still, and they're still with you, and they make you live in this uncertainty, which is the worst thing, one of the worst things you can do in a relationship to a person. And then they just look for someone else, and then they find someone better, as they think better. And that also doesn't go well usually, because a lot of women think that they can hit someone higher level, and they deserve, because everyone thinks now they're 10, but in reality it's just a short-term thing usually. Nowadays building relationships is a hard thing anyway, so most people don't want committed relationships anyway, so the likelihood of someone who is really demanded on the dating market building a relationship necessarily with you, that is a very low likelihood, without actually real good history, good values, really, and the intentions to do that. And I think that is one of the biggest delusions in women that I find. What do you think about MMA Guru? I mean, he's a funny guy. He says sometimes he says harsh stuff, but pretty much he has his audience. That's what I would say. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Hey Diana, thanks for modding me. I joined the Discord. I'm going to head out this if I am in California. Oh, California. Well, I forgot to ask where you're from. Have a great day. You have a great too. Thank you for moderating for me, and just enjoy yourself. Thank you for joining Discord. And get a good sleep. It's 5 a.m. Try to sleep, guys. Your voice is clear, but there is also the sound that feels like rock falling from mountain. It's funny. Maybe it's the fan. I'll try to put it a little bit further and see how it works. So we can do like this. Let's see. Oh, now it works even more. Well, I guess that's the thing you we all have to tolerate, guys, this time. Okay, let's see. Too much noise. Isn't my okay? Let me turn this off. Let's see. Okay. What about now? There was a big trash-talking fighter named Ricardo Miorga. Before fighting Oscar de la Hoya, he told him in a conference, "Tell your wife to screw before fighting me, so you may have some pulse." Yeah, that's. I think I was watching some of the trash talk video competition. I think that was the one of those. It was in the video because now I kind of remember it. Okay, guys, thank you for the good words. Thank you for engagement. Why aren't you telling if you had an arranged marriage or love marriage? Definitely not arranged, except me and my husband arranging certain things, but no one arranged it for us. So I guess it was the conscious decision, and it was based on sympathy and certain qualities and stuff. And then we definitely chose the right people within each other, and we really, really do love each other and beyond that. Okay, I'll keep going. I'm all the way in the top now. Can you respond to me? I have a question. Well, go ahead. Hi, Stephen. Where's your husband? Come together. He's asleep. He didn't have sleep last night because he worked a lot on some crypto trading and stuff. So he's just having a rest. Usually he's here and he's one of the moderators. Hello from Romania. Hi. Oscar de la Hoya is a funny guy, but he was a killer in his day. Yeah, he was. He was very strong. He was Olympic champion, and his fight with Mayweather was one of the controversial fights in the Mayweather career. It was a close fight. Hello from Australia. Hi. Do you still live in Georgia? And is Georgia a good tourist destination? I don't live in Georgia currently. Me and my husband are in Vietnam, but we're planning to go back in the end of September. And Georgia is definitely a good tourist destination, especially both Tbilisi as a capital city and some bigger cities are good to visit. But I would highly recommend to visit the nature destinations. It is a small country, so it's easy to travel it, but it's also beautiful, especially the mountain region. Do you have children? I mean, after becoming mother, you cannot fight anymore. No, I don't have children yet. We're not planning it in next few years. And yeah, the plan is to be able to compete before. And even if it's just amateur boxing, I'm really see myself more as the coach, and in the future, me and my husband and our community building up actually an environment where we can both help kids to grow in a good community, but also potentially prepare champions for boxing, potentially MMA as well, mixed martial arts and some other sports, because it's not only, we also work about the general physical preparations. So I really see myself in that realm further when we already have kids. But we don't have yet, and we're not planning to have it at this point. Funny question. If your soul was a touchable object, what would it be?
I think it would be a piece of cake. I'm a sweet tooth, a massive sweet tooth, and that's a matter of the tease and the joke in our relationship, you know. And not only my friends also are always, joking about it. So if my soul would be an object, it probably would be something very sweet and tasty. Hello, I wish you success, respect, superiority, and admiration for you, health, wellness, pleasure, and constant happiness of your heart and all of your life. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time and writing those wonderful words. I really do appreciate it. Yes, I have a husband. How old I am? I'm 25 years old. Jake says, it was very nice at the start of our relationship, but years later they became very annoying, toxic, and say I don't earn enough for us to see a future. She doesn't want to communicate. Well, that's very sad. It's not good at all. And what can I say? It is, like I mentioned, this oxytocin period when relationships start purely based on the passion and just the feeling. Like, sometimes you just see someone and it's, pheromones, it's just their smell, the way how they look, and just like, it's like a subconscious part of your brain. It's nothing conscious about it. So you kind of neglect anything else, really looking into their quality and like their characteristics and personality traits, but you just pursue the passion, and, you have that period, it lasts. It starts really fading gradually after a few months, and a year and a half period in average, when it's quite a long time, and you already have an attachment, and it just gets worse because all of those traits that you never looked into before, you neglected, you did not think through, didn't communicate through in the beginning of the stage, it starts coming up, and usually both sides are just getting more and more annoyed with each other, and really get like the distance is raising. Unfortunately, women tend to act on it way more often because, as I said, our bodies are way more the hormonal roller coaster. It is really related to that if we're talking about on the physical level. So without the information and knowledge and like self-awareness and self-control, if you don't develop those skills, both men and women, people tend to act on their feelings. And unfortunately, I don't know. When your partner doesn't really want to do anything to work the relationship, then you cannot force them. That is the really harsh reality. Well, no, I'm 25. I'm younger than that. I'm scrolling down, guys. Jake Paul donated 500K to ban aspirin surgery. Yes, and you know what? Let's just give him the credit for that act. Doesn't matter if he did it for hype or just to show to be a good guy. Doesn't matter. He potentially saved Ben's life. So it is a decent act, decent behavior, and that should be fully encouraged. And respect to Jake Paul for that. Despite me not liking him in the boxing, I think he could be a good boxer if he actually had a real fight. But that act was decent, and that deserves the respect. The first I saw the match between Khabib and McGregor, I couldn't believe it. There was a guy literally destroying McGregor and making him regret all the things he said before the fight. Well, also I don't remember McGregor's, I don't think he had a good ground game at all. And that was one of this era when the grapplers and wrestlers coming into aggressively. I mean, they were a Gracie family before, but even another level of the grappling and the pressure. And also, if you see, I think the last fight of the McGregor versus Khabib, you can see his striking was decent too. Not the best in the world, but so the level was completely different. And yeah, I mean, that was another proof that in a mixed martial arts, the well-rounded fighters with high IQ of the like having a good timing in the fight are the ones who tend to be the best. And obviously good stamina. Like the better stamina you have, the better it is. Keyword scrolling down, scrolling down. Just keep scrolling down, guys. Do you think you will be UFC champ? I wouldn't do UFC. I don't think I'm that type. I don't think I would be good at it. You know what? And it's not my goal. I would compete in boxing though, and that's what I'm looking for. And I would start from the amateur boxing, go back to the amateur boxing, and we'll see where that will develop. Where are you? Which country? I'm in the Vietnam currently, but I'm from Georgia originally. Any single woman here? Don't think so. I mean, I'm not single for sure, but my YouTube statistics show that 97% of audience are male. So, I wish I want to, you know, I want to be to have more women in my audience as well. So it's gonna be more like a mixed communication, and you know, like the people of different genders and different backgrounds finding a common ground and doing like things together. But you know, so currently that's the reality. Well, I love Pacquiao, so I think Pacquiao. To say the truth, Big says, I love her very truly, but sadly, she doesn't feel the same way anymore. It hurts so much that I feel like crying every night we have an argument or fight. But that's the thing, she lost the respect to you probably because of actually being that vulnerable. And that's sad to say. It's not the judgment from me personally, but it's sad to say, if you're not in control, despite what you feel, if you don't set those boundaries and act on those boundaries, most women are gonna take it as a weakness, and women despise weakness. I think it's just ingrained in our biology because, well, we wouldn't be able to survive if our partner is weak. And yeah, like being that vulnerable just pushes her even more away. So I don't know if there is any possibility to fix that situation, but if you would have a future like other relationship, just consider that you can love her very much, but just show that through your like actions, you know, being able to protect and provide and being like, you know, strong in a strong position, but don't take shit. Don't take bullshit from your partner in this case. Because as I said, the more she already most likely lost respect to you, and that might be irreversible. I'm sharing my opinion, but I'm sorry. I'd rather be truthful and tell you what I think than sugarcoat it. And I really wish you to, whatever happens, keep getting stronger yourself. Keep getting more fulfilled and accomplished, and getting more and more confidence, and have people around you, attract people, and surround yourself with the people who make you even stronger and more accomplished. Do you think MMA fans are the worst fans of any sport? I don't think so. I think everyone, all the fans tend to shit on each other and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say that. Still, McGregor is the best wrestler. Khabib fought in the UFC, but still levels below Khabib's wrestling. I would agree with that. Jake Paul could be a good boxer indeed. Come on. He has the money to pay the best trainers, exactly, and sparring partners, exactly. So he could literally be a challenging opponent to anyone. But he's an entertainer. I agree, and he already have a solid pad work form. Like he has a good form. Like you cannot deny it. I've seen his training, and I was like, okay, he's actually not bad. But he's not a fighter. As you said, he's an entertainer, and I don't like boxing going to the WWE direction. But guys, I mean, back to the topic of the stream, I can see we're building community and relationships here, and that sounds great to me. Okay, I'm scrolling a little bit lower now. Okay, sure. Professional boxing is a branch of mass entertainment, indeed, but if Paul wanted to be a serious boxer like all the others, he really could. If he pushed himself hard, he could be a beast. I agree, he could be. But he's not willing to, as I understand. I'm an intern and I have a really cute intern at my office. I have a huge crush on him. Oh, that's a girl. Hi. I think that's a rare case one. It's the woman in my stream. Thank you for coming by. On him, I think he knows he's shy. I'm outgoing and full of energy. Well, I mean, I don't think anything wrong as the woman if you approach a guy, especially if they're shy as well. And if you like him, I think it's a good exercise for women too. There's nothing wrong approaching a person. You don't have to go and directly tell him that you have a crush on him, but start talking to him, you know. Maybe try to become friends. Maybe he will get comfortable enough and actually he will ask you out for a coffee or, you know, spend some time apart from the internship. Just, you can make it first step. There's nothing wrong with it. See how it goes. We keep going down. A lot of comments, guys. Thank you for your advice, Jack saying. It still hurts, but I feel a little better now. Thanks for giving me a good insight. As I said, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Sometimes life hurts. Good way to feel with hurt and devastation is actually starting something new. Get a new hobby, go gym, train, new people. And that don't have to be women, like actually try to make new friends, change some things in your routine, so you kind of switch the attention from your current relationship situation. So it doesn't matter how it develops, and when you communicate before, after, start doing that right now. So you can also see that there is a life beyond your relationship, and there are many opportunities and actually a lot of sources for happiness and a lot of sources of fulfillment. Thought some people isolating themselves and themselves. Is it a product of overpopulation? I couldn't say it's a product of overpopulation. I think it's mainly a product of the social media. People now, people have to go out and interact with other people, not only for their will, but for necessity before. Now, imagine you have social media, and you have also system built up the way you can deliver food right to your home without going out and buying groceries and doing stuff. You can, you don't have to find a girlfriend or wife to have an intimate relationship anymore. You can go and watch porn, and that's you can just leave and get your necessities without going out and literally be stuck in that realm. And I think that is the main reason, and that's not good. That's absolutely not good. I know I'm preaching, I'm myself streaming right now, but I'm taking it as my job, because my channel started growing. My YouTube is pushing the algorithm of my channel, and I'm just taking advantage of it now. I'm taking it as a job. So I stream a few hours a day, or sometimes twice a day. But apart from that, I train, I walk, I spend time, me and my husband spend time, a lot of time together. We meet friends, we try to learn things, I try to read, listen to podcasts, educate myself, watch some fights, like I'm more pretty much in the motion. So that's what I encourage you to do for the people who really tend to get way too self-isolated. Just don't do that. It's okay to do it every now and then. It's okay to just rest by yourself if you feel like, but we're social creatures. We really need to break that cycle and start seeking for the real interactions. Relationships between co-workers is not a good idea. I have seen it go bad too many times. Well, that's also a good point. It just sounded they're like interns. So it's, I believe if you're an adult and if you can navigate it, I guess if it's pretty much going to be set up for a failure, yes, that's not a good idea. It's actually a good point. Thank you for pointing it out. But if you're going to be able to be cool, whatever is the outcome, then I guess it's not a problem. Though for most people, Thor, I think it's a good advice, and that's what I didn't think about it that way, but thank you for pointing it out, because for most people, I think they don't manage it successfully even after the relationship or the dating attempt fails. Just finished the weight session. Thanks for the motivation from these streams. Much love from me to your partner and you. Thanks. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. UKT. Thank you very much. Okay, we're just going, I'm scrolling down. Some people isolate themselves because of personal choice, like out of a trauma or anxiety, or even because of the delusionment or depression. Some people prefer solitude. They may be fighting demons. Yeah, it can be different reasons, but I still believe the most common reasons is the social media and the internet and being capable of getting everything delivered to your home. That is how it works in the most people in the bigger cities, in the quite highly populated cities, and yeah. But also, like if you seek for the solitude, I think you would do it more tend to go to nature, and this is so-called a lonely phase. There's nothing wrong with it. Those periods are essential, and I believe that it's important to be able to spend time alone with yourself, with your own thoughts, and really be able to deeply delve into yourself. But these situations, both that I mentioned, are quite different. So it depends what is the reason. Okay, we'll keep going. I'm scrolling down. My sleep got hurt. Someone attacked my dreams. My body is safe, but someone killed my soul. Well, bad for your body if you had a bad dream. Sorry for that. Do you like cardio? No one likes cardio, if you know what I mean. But I do cardio training, obviously. I do it through the boxing, explosive training and interval speed ups, and I do also sprinting. I don't do distance running anymore because that actually it's not exactly necessary for that type of cardio. Though for the VO2 max, you can do running, though I prefer cycling, or indoor 4x4 method exercise, which is 4 minutes of doesn't matter, it can be cycling, running, or swimming, and then 3 minutes of the like an active rest, just walking, pulling down and lowering your pulse. So yeah, I use those methods to for my cardio training. I become so lazy. What should I do? My brain does not want to do anything. Well, you probably are not used to, rather you're depressed and something happened in your life that you're in that state, or you don't have a build-up discipline skill. And if you want to start building it up gradually, start integrating something that you don't do usually, something that is a little bit hard for you. For example, if you wake up and you're just like laying down scrolling and you just get up after 2 hours when it's a necessity, then give me a second, I need to send a message. Sorry guys. Okay, so yeah, regarding this discipline, instead of that, when you wake up, just force yourself to get up, open the curtains, and start moving around your apartment. You know, go drink water, maybe start cleaning up a little bit, you know, tidy up your bed, and then start your day that way. You're already going to be awake, so you wouldn't want to get back to the bed. And start integrating those kind of things, one thing at a time. And it's gonna just, you're gonna teach yourself how to deal with those things gradually by integrating those little actions and turning them into habits. The intern always procreates and gives me the same energy when I start coma, but he barely initiates. We have a goofy, comfortable, teasing, flirting vibe. Just a second of us have lunch daily. Well, it seems good. It kind of seems that you like each other. But someone else said that this actually might not be. That might not be. It might not be a good idea. Might not be a good idea to do that with a coworker. So think about the possibilities that if it doesn't go well, how you would deal with it. So someone else said that, then that would be a good thing. But yeah, that's pretty much one thing you should consider. Otherwise, it seems that you like each other, and if you think that that's a good idea within the working space, just try to get. You just show the initiative. Maybe you ask him out for a coffee. Okay, guys, there's so many comments. Well, guys, I really appreciate you and appreciate all your interactions. There is just I got the call and I actually need to take care of something. It was wonderful to talk to you, and I'm going to do more streams about those kind of topics. So we're going to have a chance to talk about similar mental health aspects and the certain important things in our lives. Obviously, there's going to be more training, more streaming regarding that, and I'm planning to do more of the interview type of streamings as well. So yeah, just keep updated, and I see you next time. Thank you for being here.